There's a show in town, it's going down. Every week we're back on solid ground. Steel toe slipping, but we're gripping. Got the tea to spill, it's always flipping. From April's scrim to Aaron's glee. Oh, this drama's just a spree. Polydrama, legal trauma. Another win, oh, that's the karma. This little piggy went to YouTube. This little piggy's on Rumble now. This little piggy's begging for dollars. And this little piggy's breaking down. Wow! Every week we'll recap it slow. Tune in for this little piggy show. From revenge porn to felony, it's a circus, can't you see? The toe is bent, the goal is spent. His empire crumbles, all hell sent. April's playlist on repeat. Aaron's lies we can't defeat. The countdown's on, it won't take long to see this piggy squeal his song. This little piggy went to YouTube. This little piggy's on Rumble now. This little piggy's begging for dollars. And this little piggy's breaking down. Wow! Every week we'll recap it slow. Tune in for this little piggy show. Oh, this little piggy ain't missing a thing. Just sit back, laugh, and watch the king.
Welcome to This Little Piggy, a weekly roundtable discussion about the Steel Toe Morning Show, the show hosted by the jail coping, come slurping, always winning Aaron Imholt. I'm Carl from the Isotopes. With me, as always, from the Nobody Likes Onions program, it's Patrick Melton. What's up, Patrick?
Hi.
Also, the Devil versus Greatest Hobbit from This Little Piggy, it's Moody with us.
Hi.
Also joining us, making his This Little Piggy debut, the man who compares internet drama to historical battles from the Ghost of Cabby YouTube channel. You know him, you love him. Kelly is with us. What's up, Kelly?
Hi, Carl. It's nice to be here, sir.
It's nice to have you here. I'm glad you can make it onto the show. Now, you know as well as anyone, this show is driven by the goal. And so I want to remind people that you can support the goal and make this show happen by going to supertip.gg/WATP. And if you don't, I will probably throw a hissy fit and rant about it for 30 minutes at a time. So we're going to need that support from everyone. It's how the show works.
The best comment already is, why is Tim Pool here?
Well,
Sorry,
at least he's
it's very
wearing
cold
his
on
hat
that.
outside where it's appropriate. So I'll give him that. Guys, Aaron is a free man. I thought for sure we'd be coming on This Little Piggy this week. And for the second week in a row, we're talking about a man who's behind bars. And yet, for some reason, a guy who's supposed to be like on Sunday.
2 years of probation. Is that free?
That's true. That's that.
Also, so did his lawyer. His lawyer said, hey, we need a continuance because my client's not going to be out until Saturday and he's going to miss the trial.
Right.
On trial.
So they didn't grant the continuance. They didn't grant the continuance. So was there a deal made where they said, all right, man, we'll just let you out that morning then? People are speculating that because the weekend's coming up, they have a whole new crew of people coming in. There could be overpopulation and overcrowding. So they're just like, all right, just let this guy go.
It's just curious because he got 6 days off the 13 days by serving just under 7 full days.
And I'm not mad about it. I want to point this out. Just the fact that Aaron had to go to jail for a few days is going to be great. I can't wait to hear how he spends this and what he comes back with.
We're going to get a weekend show. We're 100% going to get a weekend show where he brags about this and he's cocky.
For anyone who's into this, like Aaron, like on a high horse, thinking he's invincible. Like anyone who really likes and wants him to be like really pushing the envelope and boundaries. This is good news for you. Him getting half the sentence that he thought that he was going to get is going to look like a win. He's going to feel invincible, and it's just watch.
It'll help embolden him to think that I'm never going to have to face a real punishment. I did 5 days, 6 days standing on my head. No big deal.
Yeah.
Was he released early enough to go home and change for the hearing with Nick, or did he show up in the jumpsuit?
No, he went home, got his car, tweeted a little bit.
Okay.
All right.
So I have a job, so I can't keep up with all the details.
That's why we do this show, to get everyone caught up on the week. So, Patrick, you had a hearing this morning that you had to zoom into.
Yeah,
how did that go?
It lasted under 1 minute. They said, we're going to do this later. Is that okay, Mr. Melton? And I said, yes. And then I got kicked from the meeting.
You had to set an alarm clock for this meeting that you had?
Yeah, I was up at 6 a.m.
You did a guest set at the Stearns County Court.
Yes, exactly.
What was the point of that? Because you knew there wasn't going to be anything happening
What's
today.
crazy is there was a meeting to schedule this meeting, and this meeting didn't even get anything scheduled. So there's nothing. I honestly think this will go to December. Like Thanksgiving coming up, and it's just going to be.
It's like when your computer keeps reminding you, like, please do your update now, and then you just go, remind me later. That's what happened.
So they said, all right, we'll schedule a later date. They don't give you a date. And maybe the reason for that is because they want to see what happens with Nick's hearing.
He did say that the two cases are related, and what happens with Nick, some of the evidence and what happens with it might have an influence on mine. So. And it does sound like they're possibly working on some sort of deal, settlement / compromise. I don't know.
It's not. It wasn't even. Nothing was scheduled. They're like, we'll do the scheduling later. Like, it wasn't a scheduling hearing.
Well, no. I think we were shifting gears to talk about what happened with Nick today, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. This is the scheduling hearing. That's what Patrick had today.
Well, right. No, I know. And it didn't do anything.
It was just like.
Is Nick still going on, or did it get resolved?
It's still ongoing. I checked the court calendar, and the judge has nothing else on today. So this has 100% of the judge's time for all of today, which is a great use of the court's time.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, this hearing already has been going on for hours. This is a continuance of the previous. So this is a very long hearing for an HRO against a guy who lives an hour away.
It's not.
They didn't call it I thought it was called a scheduling hearing for me today. It was called a tracking hearing, which I guess means it's way off track. So they need help tracking it. But so the last update we got was they were on a lunch break. So I imagine they're back from that now.
As of 2:40, there were no updates. That was the last time I was updated.
Patrick, can you text Nick and ask him to pretend like he's got to go to the bathroom or something and like step out and give an update?
I have some information from Nick on what's going on, but he told me I'm not allowed to share it. So
okay,
which makes sense. I mean, the judge said don't discuss what's going on in the hearings.
Nope. Patrick, you just have to change the names. This is what Aaron does to get away with this.
Oh,
shit.
Okay.
You know, just say my cousin is in court right now, and
right.
Damn it. All right. Well, you could have coded that a little bit better. So the very charismatic Mark was there this morning, called into the NL program. If you missed that this afternoon. And did he end up leaving? Do you know? Or because you begged him to stick around and see what happened?
I don't know. I like for a guy who's been to every one of these things, for him to be like, I might leave. This is boring. It's like, what?
Yeah. It did sound like there was nothing going on. There was nothing to report on. He overheard one conversation in the hallway or something, and that was his big scoop.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's at least what we know is that they're talking about some sort of settlement. It sounds like it'll be some sort of informal agreement between them where they're just like, yeah, we'll just block each other on social media. Which, I mean, how would that help? Like, just Aaron should block Nick if he doesn't want to hear from Nick.
Yeah, if there's some actual fear of any kind of physical altercation happening between them, this wouldn't solve any of that.
Right.
And I don't think that they're trying to work something out if that happened this morning and it's still ongoing. It sounds like.
Well, they were, from what I understand, they went into chambers, the two lawyers and the judge went into chambers for 45 minutes or so. Mm-hmm. They came out, and then the lawyers split off with their respective clients in private rooms. So I imagine they're like negotiating or.
Yeah, I don't see Nick saying yes to anything that would give Aaron the ability to trigger a violation against him legally. Like, I really don't see that as something he'd ever agree to.
Yeah, I'm surprised there'd even be negotiating at all, because this is so frivolous.
Like, you can negotiate, like, yeah, we'll block each other. That's fine. I think Nick would be happy to block Aaron. That won't change anything. On Twitter,
it's kind of so personal between them. You know, if I could just chime in for a second and let me know if I'm talking too much as the guest, you know, over the main guys, but it's like a bitter divorce between these two where there's such hatred. They don't want to give any ground. Both Nick and Aaron are guilty of this, where any kind of just thinking clearly and saying, okay, I'm going to compromise just to make things smoother and move it along is seen as weakness or a loss on both sides. And there's just this intransigence where neither one of them want to give any ground at all because that's seen as the other guy winning and he can gloat about getting one over on me. And
it's all feelings.
It makes it ridiculous.
It's all emotions. And when you look at how Aaron ended up in jail and you go through the timeline, all of it is because he's an emotional bitch who can't just be rational and logical at any point, stand back and be like, what should I do in this for my best interest? No, he's just lashing out at Nick, trying to get Nick in as much trouble as possible. And this is where he's landed him. And he keeps saying that it's over. I think it's just beginning. I think this jail time is just the beginning of all this. He's still got probation. He's still got potential civil suits.
Now he knows it's not so bad and he can do it. So he's like,
he's 100% going to fuck up his probation. I'll bet all of you my car title that he's going to fuck that up. He cannot go 2 years. When I was a police officer, not to get too sidetracked with non-Aaron stories, but it was common for guys that were just like Chad Zumach type people, like just petty fuck ups, where they would talk to the attorneys and say, you know what, just give me the 90 days or whatever it is instead of some kind of probation, because they knew I'm going to screw that up somehow and then I'm going to have serious jail time. So just give me a moderate jail sentence up front. And then when I'm done, I don't have any probation. I'm free again. And that's really what Aaron needs. One, to reflect on his life.
Reset button.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reflect on his life. But two, he's not going to go 2 years. It could be something stupid. He could get pulled over for speeding. And then something happened to where, like Stuttering John, where he doesn't pay his insurance and his license is suspended. And he gets pulled over, doesn't even know his license is suspended. And that could count as a probation violation. Because, a suspended license is an arrestable offense. Now, again, it depends on the officer, how much discretion they want to give in some kind of situation like that. But most likely it's going to be from him talking. This right now, him being on a show every day is going to be his downfall.
Well, let's talk about this. I tried to find evidence of this, and maybe it's been scraped, but from what I heard, Aaron is playing all these best ofs all week. So he had it pre-programmed on YouTube to play these episodes of his show. And there's a live chat going on. Yes. And no one moderating it. So from what I heard, there was a lot of Kayla bashing happening on his channel that he controls while he's in jail for that.
Yes.
That's a clear violation.
See evidence of it? I looked for it because I wanted to show it out here. And sorry, Nick. Yeah. I wanted to see what people were saying in there. I couldn't find anything in there. It seems like a dumb mistake.
I saw it. The mods started to do it later on in the week, but at the very beginning, they just let anyone say anything. They were doing
on
Kayla
paper.
Towers.
That's a violation, but they're not gonna. The way they've been lenient, they're not gonna hold him accountable for that. And I say he was in jail. He didn't know. Maybe he forgot to set his settings the right way or something. They won't hold him responsible for that stuff.
I don't know.
I'd love it if they did, but
I don't know if that's true. We've seen them crack down on Aaron for shit like that.
Yeah. I want to. I'll try to be like that guy Ava that you had on your regular show. Carl.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah.
Be the voice of dissent a little bit. I think Aaron sucks. Don't get me wrong, he's gross, but trying to see from his perspective.
I'm not rooting for him to go to jail again. Trust me.
The state might let it slide in this instance, but when Kayla gets her restraining order against Aaron, which is something Nick has said she's seeking. If they report that something like that as a violation, and that was seen by the court as a violation of the restraining order under the letter of the restraining order, which would be a different civil thing, that could trigger him violating the law and then trigger the suspended jail sentence as well. Like there are a lot of dominoes like that can fall and trigger this jail sentence. It's like
the jail sentence was always a long shot from the beginning. I mean, none of us thought Aaron was going to spend any time in jail for this.
I did, but not to gloat. As soon as he disrespected the court, again, not to sound like a know-it-all, but I knew he was going to get some time in jail by fucking with the judge, because then it was a violation against her. And judges, they don't forget that stuff. You do anything to respect a judge when you're in court, they will hold that. They'll do it against lawyers. If a lawyer does something that gets a judge's verdict overturned or something like that. With an appeals court, they'll remember that lawyer for the rest of his or her career. Every time they go in court, they're like, oh, you're the one that got that case overturned. I hate you, motherfucker. I'm going to remember this. Judges, I don't want to be mean, but they're very petty. And
hold on, Kelly. I was told by professional broadcaster Aaron Himmel that they're impartial and they actually do an amazing job of seeing
when
both
they
sides
say what Aaron wants. Yes,
that was the week before he said they were corrupt and had against him for his politics.
I remember.
Yeah. The thing is, yeah. I'm sorry. I just want to say the thing is, judges, they're people like the rest of us. So they have biases. They get emotional. They make mistakes, but then because of their position, maybe they can't admit to it. Aaron knows something about that. But he's 100% going to violate later on. There's no way he's going to go 2 years unless he just gets off the internet. If his parents come out of the woodwork and say, like, hey, retard, get off the internet, go sell used cars or something. He's definitely, if he's on this, if he's doing YouTube, he's going to violate. It's just impossible. The odds are too great.
He's still friends with Gino. Gino has been involved in every one of his violations. Like,
well, Gino's clearly a winner, though, so.
Like with the crime and everything. Gino is equivalent to a drug dealer. Like, someone gets busted for drugs, they should lose the number of their drug dealer. Aaron's kept that because Gino's obsessed with Kayla, and I
COVID.
think, yeah, but sure, Kayla's his new COVID. I think that there's something in Gino's head that makes him so not okay with Keanu's nudes being out there that he needs to find a bigger whore out on the internet so that he doesn't feel as bad about his wife.
Yeah, he can't yell at his wife, so he wants to yell at Kayla. But that brings up, I think, what Carl's going to play as the first clip. But because I guess there's this possibility that as soon as Aaron got into jail, he called Gino live on his
first phone call is to Gino. Like, all right.
You get to copy down phone numbers and bring them with you to jail, and he brought Gino's and Kiki's. Like, that's crazy.
It's nuts. None of this makes sense. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just jumping in here. This is from what we were talking about a little bit before. Can you share my screen, Carl? Because this is on Monday.
It's the movie show. I forgot.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but like this is the
he
chat.
does it to me all day long.
I know.
I found the chat. Look, I found the chat.
Oh.
It's not going to be appropriate later. So, like,
okay,
people
great.
are asking about SP. One of the mods is asking, have people figured out who SPs is? Rekieta's wife was all over Aaron.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron was Kayla's gay bestie. Like, it mentions her by name. You just like drop the needle somewhere.
Wow. Yeah. So I was literally looking for this and I didn't see that.
Kayla is a bad mom, according to
I thought
Aaron.
for sure they would have described it by now. We're looking at this on the internet.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. This is live. This is on his channel right now.
These
I'm sure by the end of the
Aaron
show.
fans.
I'm sure nobody saved this.
Right. But
why have the chat on when you're not there? What's even
why
the point?
not put in Nightbot or something that just automatically times out people who write Kayla? Like, have that as a word that just gets deleted.
Can't you just not have chat? Can you just disable the chat though?
Well, they need
You can
to chat
ban the
for
word Kayla on
right,
YouTube.
Yeah.
Right.
Just ban Kayla.
People would find workarounds for that, obviously, but
Sure, but you've made the first step.
yeah,
You can't
hasn't
say
even
I
done
didn't
that.
do any. No one can say you did nothing.
right.
Yeah, it's you literally drop the needle anywhere and you'll find
wild.
something. Yeah.
It'd be funny if he goes back to jail for violations that occurred while he was in jail.
That's what I mean. That would be the only Aaron would be able to pull that off. All right. So Melton and I were debating this before we started the show. And I played this on, I think, WATP, and I was pretty convinced it was real. Some people think it wasn't. I'm going to play it again, and then we can kind of discuss. I'm interested in what Kelly's take is on it as well.
Here we go. I say we bet the Gophers for no other reason than in an homage to Steel Toe. Oh, wait, I'm not live. I'm going to go live here. I got to get that. It's probably the president of show business.
Okay,
you will.
hold on.
You will.
One suspicious thing is, number one, it's hilarious that Gino has a landline.
Yes, that is hilarious.
But it is suspicious that Aaron didn't call his cell. You know what I mean? Like, why would this is why this gets iffy for me. It's like, who's calling his landline?
Well,
Like,
and Gino asks him that, and I think it's because of this very reason that Aaron does not want to. There doesn't want any evidence that he called Gino, the guy he told the court he was done with. No professional relationship ever again. He's learned his lesson. Goes to jail and calls Gino, so he's trying to cover this up.
okay.
Oh, excuse me.
But how old is Gino that he has a landline? That's amazing.
It was at my feet. Go for Gino.
So right now he's hearing the message, will you accept a call from Stearns County Jail or whatever?
Oh, my God. Are you kidding? Why didn't you call me on my cell phone?
Okay, pause it.
Yep.
He didn't say. Don't you have to give some sort of verbal response to that?
Well, not if it's probably not a collect call. Probably just letting you know, like the incoming call is coming from Stearns County facility, whatever, correctional facility. But look at Gino's eyes. He is surprised at who he's hearing from right here. His eyes.
Yeah, because this is
huge.
because Aaron's calling from his tablet, which he's loaded with money, and that's what allows him to call out rather than calling from like a phone.
So the other possibility is that he had to look up Gino's number, and the landline came up in a agent directory.
That's a very that's interesting too. That's very possible.
Yeah, but Gino is poor, so he pays for a landline in addition to a cell phone.
Well, you can only call his cell phone
with your cable.
You can only call his cell phone after 9 p.m. and on weekends.
Are you kidding? Why didn't you call me on my cell phone?
Right.
You do understand. I'm literally getting ready to bet Minnesota in homage to you.
Okay. So right here, we're hearing Gino's not that quick. Someone's not just saying, hey, pretend that this is Aaron.
No, I'm on board with you up till now.
Okay. So he's going, wow, I'm live on my show right now, and I'm saying bet the Gophers because that's your team.
Like on the college football game. I literally just said that to people. Yeah. It's good shit.
I should mention too, this was Friday night. I think this is the first day Aaron is in jail.
This is an hour
first
or
things
two.
he did.
Hours,
an hour or two.
Hours.
Yeah.
This was right after the delousing.
I really did not. How'd you do that?
See?
I don't think you did.
So I think this is where Aaron's going, Gino, you're on live right now? All right. I don't want people to know that I called you.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I think another possibility is that someone pranked him. And then they said, like, did you really not know this wasn't Aaron? And he's like, I didn't. How did you do that?
Okay.
Like, it could be someone playing a mess. Like,
okay.
This is, and then he says explicitly that I thought it was Aaron. But again, your possibility works as well. I get it.
Yeah, let me hear the rest.
All right. But I'm going to bet Minnesota. What do you think? That's a good parlay, right? Joey Dago. Can I, I mean,
that was
right. That's bad acting.
That was bad acting. She's like, oh shit. Okay, my bad. But yeah, so Minnesota's the bet. Hey, that's my bookie, guys. All right, that's what we do. He calls in and I tell him what to bet.
You think that's a good parlay, right? Joey Dago. Can I, I answered and it's like, you have a call from the Minnesota correction. I thought it was honestly fucking Aaron. That's so funny. All right. Later, bud. President of show business. Guy's amazing. Calls me all the time. Phone's ringing off the hook from him.
Gino never repeats a joke. It's amazing how he does that. Kelly, what are your thoughts? You've seen this before. You just saw it just now. Do you think that was Aaron calling Gino and then saying, don't say that?
It very well could be real. I hadn't actually considered the fact that it could be fake until now, but it seems like it would be fake. Where maybe he just had Keanu call him from, another room. Because it just, why would you have a landline phone like that? And it's a corded phone. I know Gino's old, but who has that? That's like having an answering machine.
The muting, I think, was because he was chewing. He was eating.
Yeah, chewing.
Yeah.
Thank you to whoever clipped that. Thank you so much.
It very well could be real, but thinking about it now, it seems like it's fake. That maybe he did that just so that maybe he would hope somebody would clip his show.
I think it's
nobody watches Gino.
I think if it was fake, because I've watched In Hot Water, I've seen how Gino does bits before. There would have been like a payoff to it.
Yeah.
No, but it would have been more over the top. It would have been something. He seemed like he panicked for a second. He's just like, oh yeah, it's Dago Bill or whatever.
It would have been
covered up.
The part before of how did you do that?
Yeah.
I loaded it up on I loaded I put credit on my tablet or something like that. There's no shortage of things that he could. I looked up your number. I found you in the phone book. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how long Gino's lived there in the ghetto? To where he would have that landline is a well-established number?
Yeah, it's rent controlled. He's never moving.
Yeah, he's been there.
No, I mean, has he been there a long time, like 10 years
so.
or something?
Probably. Because wasn't Chad his roommate for a while? I think he's been there for a long time.
Ugh.
I think you can call Gino a lot of names, but like subtle.
Should we start right now?
Yeah,
subtle is not one of them.
You know what? I'm sorry. I've been out of the game for a while. I forgot about this. Unless it's recently changed, I don't think you can call cell phones from jail. I think it has to be a landline, unless that's a recent change. But I didn't think about that till now.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but
that's the way it used to be. Is you had to call a landline. I'm sorry, and then it had to be what you said, Carl, where you get a recording saying this is a recorded line from such and such state or county penitentiary. And, do you want to accept?
13 years ago, you could call cell phones from jail.
Okay. Where I was at, you had to call a real phone, but it wasn't as prevalent as it is now. I mean, nobody has a landline anymore.
Every jail has different rules. So
yeah,
that's true.
If it was fake, there would have been a very obvious punchline and reveal at the end. The prestige would have been there. There was none of that. It fizzled out, and he's also not overacting and hamming it up. He would ham it up in front of the audience and make people genuinely think it was Aaron the whole way through.
So Moody's on my side. He's the smart one. That's good. That's good news for me.
It could be real. I mean, with Gino, though, there's never a payoff. Like, even if it's planned or unplanned, there's never anything that makes you laugh or be like, hey, that was worth watching.
You can,
wouldn't there be a payoff on his stand-up set last night, too?
Yeah. Which, again, is why he and Aaron will never break up, because Aaron, well, I mean, you all know this. He has no friends, so he needs Gino. But also, Gino is such a loser, and I'm not trying to be mean or funny, but he's so far down in the ladder of humanity that Aaron and Chad and all these other people are above. They're looking down at Gino. So as long as Gino's in my life, I can be in jail. I can be the guy who got cucked and my wife left me for another guy, and I'm still better than Gino.
Also, something of note, after the sentencing hearing, Aaron's first call was Keanu. I don't think Aaron calls and texts Gino nearly as much as he calls and texts Keanu and talks to Gino through Keanu.
Yeah,
so that would be something I'd be suspicious of.
That was established when they had when they were on the outs for a while, and Keanu said that she's like Eugene or whatever she calls him. It's like, he's been done with you for a while. That's why he doesn't respond. He's got shit going on with the fake compound media merger thing.
But I'll push back on that. No, I remember that, Kelly. But I'll push back on that real quick because that's both of their landline.
Yeah, Keanu.
He's just calling the apartment, so he doesn't.
Oh yeah, so maybe he's trying to reach Keanu.
Maybe he was trying to reach Keanu. And that's why I was like, fuck, you answered Gino. I gotta go.
He thought Gino was out doing Conan or something.
Would a bookie be more likely to call a landline than a cell phone as well?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bookie will call a cell phone.
Yeah.
I know. Well, you do it on burner phones. I'm sorry, but just now gambling is legal pretty much anywhere. So bookies don't have to hide in the shadows like the old days.
I mean that's still not legal.
Yeah. But it's New York. You can go murder Asian people and nobody cares. You think they're going to get mad about Gino betting?
Right.
Supertip.gg/WATP is where you want to go to participate in the show. And we appreciate people coming in here and supporting us.
In jail, I met these AV fellas who think I'm the bee's knees, seethe and cope losers, and they're taking me to a road trip to Minneadishu. There we will plant pretty crosses on some lawns as it were. Let's hit the goal. PayPal, Venmo, Rumble Rants, Super Chats. Another win for Das Reich.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was speculating is that Aaron might have been pissed they let him out early because remember he's made all these great friends and all these guys love him because he's the funny one in jail. So they're probably like, oh no.
This morning that I picture him, getting woken up at 4 a.m. to be let out and him waking everybody up to tell him goodbye. Remember what I taught you. And Joey, feel free to eat all my Cheetos. And guys, I will be praying for you, to the main.
Yeah. I will be getting a juice box. I give that to you, Leonardo. You can have my juice box.
Don't fight over me, guys. There's plenty to go around.
There was a Pretty Antisocial did an episode a few weeks ago about homosocial, like the homosocial episode, where it's like there are these men that aren't necessarily sexually attracted to other men, but they will do every other part of that attraction. So all their like displays of trying to like win over people would be directed at men. Whenever they're trying to get someone's approval, it would be from men. Aaron really fits that for me. And I think Gino is like an expression of that. If he can win Gino's approval on something, he feels good. Like,
All I heard is you said Aaron was gay. I agree.
Homosocial.
Hate monger coming in.
Carl, we've been noticing that you're consistently late to start TLP. If this behavior continues, we're going to have to resort to corrective measures, like donating to John's GoFundMe instead.
God damn it, hate monger. Say it ain't so. Hey, look at this. Sword and Scale is here.
Free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty, I am free at last. Ha 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 ha, suckers. Thanks to Donnie over at the White House for shutting down the government for my benefit.
That's what happened. Rygod coming in.
Fuck around and slide through the O like I'm from the O, let off 23, then 7 more. That's how I come for bro. T. Roy ain't get popped inside his head, but he ain't make it, though. They got so many dead nickel, bitch. I don't know who to smoke. But I'll take Lil Boo to go. I can see him through the smoke. Caught his ass coming out the crib. Tweaking off the mids. I think Lil Steve coming through the floor. He got caught in traffic. Waldo ain't get to finish his status. He on the internet laughing, capping, then got caught without it.
Thank you, Rygod. That just reminded me, how many times have we talked about Karmic X's meltdowns? It's getting so redundant, but this last one is pretty epic.
Well, didn't he lose all his money in like some kind of Nigerian internet scheme or something?
Yeah, credit card fraud or something.
Credit card got skimmed or something.
Yeah.
Can you take a call, Patrick? On this show?
Yeah, I guess.
Dimpled Ball says, does Joey Diago do a good Aaron impression? Gino definitely, or Joey Dago, do a good Aaron impression. Gino definitely heard Aaron during the beginning of the phone call. Maybe he was playing a pre-recorded tape of Aaron. That's also possible, I suppose.
We've got an update from the courts coming in.
Oh, great.
Right. Phones are open.
Great.
And the person knows the number?
Yes.
All right. Red Fox Mad, Ghost of Cabby, I've got a bone to pick with you. In your last video, you seem to wave aside the importance of the Western theater in the war between the states. You should read more Shelby Foote.
Sir, I've read everything that Mr. Foote has ever written. And the Western theater is very important, but it's only in the East where the South ever had a chance of winning. Now, we were never going to win that war, just to be clear. But if it were to be possible, it would be in the East, not the West. But the Western theater is very important. But the thing is...
that's too bad we're getting a phone call.
Yeah.
I want to hear more
History
about that.
pause. We'll talk more about that later.
Hi, Patrick. Real quick update. No resolution today. Both sides did a lot of good work. Things will be worked on over the next week. They'll meet together for next Friday and hopefully have a resolution by then. Like they'll work to try to get. And sounded like, and don't quote me on this, but sounded like that was for both cases. And not a single thing was discussed in open court. No interesting, no funny stories. That's the update. Goes next Friday.
Brutal.
I'm sorry you're in Minnesota.
I can actually confirm there was no progress made on my case because I'm one of the people in it.
Right.
So.
Oh, okay. Right, but nothing to report. It sounds like it's just rolling over to next Friday. And that's my update.
Right.
Well, thanks for sticking around to report back to us. That's appreciated.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you for your call.
Yep. So anyway, back to the Civil War.
Jason Scoops Bruised Knuckles. Oh boy, that's not an appropriate YouTube name. Clubfoot kicked out the cords. JJ is working on it. Yeah, I know. We were a few minutes late. I apologize. Jason Scoop again says, did the Vikings win both games while he was at the Click? Nope. Not another win for the Tell. Man, the Vikings got embarrassed last night by Gino's team, if anyone's keeping up with that. Big Daddy Dodo, $5. What prison tattoo did Aaron go with? Teardrop, spiderweb, tramp stamp? I don't know if that's a prison tattoo, but Aaron would probably do that.
I think
it's most likely they got a spider web on his back.
On his head would be great.
I was thinking spider web on the forehead so that the spider sits atop it.
I just meant goo.
Right.
Delco Lou. Now the Vikings can start winning again. Steel Toe's brain. Yes, they were waiting for him to get out of jail. Mostrote says, if Rekieta folking settle, we gonna be Kiwi Farms now. Okay. Well written. This call isn't real. If it is, it can be FOIA.
Well, the one with Aaron and Gina.
Yeah, I understand what he said.
True.
I mean, that's fun. That's a good idea. I'd love to hear the other end of that. New phone, new disc. I like that. Rocket or B, 2002. Now I'm curious if Gino has a rotary phone. I think it's a rotary phone.
It might be.
It could be. A geezer says, was Gino realizing he could be covering for Aaron Joey Dago, unlike the last time they spoke live on air? I guess I don't remember the reference to that.
I don't know who Joey Dago is.
Well, that's a Gino character. No one knows.
Was he saying Gino should have done that when he got the text message?
Oh, right. Oh, look at this naked woman. Joey Dago, stop sending me these photos of women. I don't want to see that.
Joey Dago didn't do too bad, did he?
A Like a Truck says, I'm about to catch a homicide charge over Karmic X ruining my favorite universe. Carl, you are a grifter. You didn't need to ruin Dr. Steve. Who's ruining Dr. Steve?
Chad.
Oh, that's terrible. I hate to hear that sort of thing. Guys, I don't know who discovered this. Maybe it was Moody, because Moody discovers a lot of things. But you know how Aaron was looking for work outside of begging for the goal. And one of the things that he talked about going into sales. He talked about going into marketing. Of course, radio was something he talked about. But I'll never forget, he had another thing that he's like, you know what I'm really good at? Is voiceover work. And we all went, oh, yeah, I'm sure you'll get tons of work in St. Cloud, Minnesota doing voiceover work. It's probably a lot of need for that. Not that you can't do it anywhere you go. Well, it turns out Aaron has created a profile on the website voices.com. This is like the Fiverr for VO, I suppose.
We got a taste of this. Do you remember when he started doing the Rumble ad read program? And he would go, let me do this in my radio voice. And he would like really try.
Mm-hmm.
This is great.
I love that in place of a headshot, he puts the Steel Toe Morning Show
right.
logo.
An old one too, yeah.
This is where you put your face.
Well, it's the same way that the Steel Toe Morning Show Twitter is at Aaron Imholt. They're one and the same. His entire identity is in personality. It's tied to this program, this clip art.
Which is crazy. I just learned recently that he took over the Steel Toe Morning Show. That wasn't even his show. They just kept the name because it was convenient.
He kept
and
the
then
name.
A brewery stole it from
a beer company. Yeah,
yeah, right.
He took over the show and then he registered a trademark for it, so he owns the trademark. And he said that it's not his fault that the radio station was so poorly run that they wouldn't register their own trademarks, completely neglecting that's not how trademark law works. But
if I know Aaron, he'll let the trademark lapse.
He has a few times, and then he had to pay his dues, and then it got caught up. But yes, it was lapsed.
So if a listener were to grab that when it lapses next time, he would have to stop using that name.
I don't think it's that easy, but yeah, there's probably a grace period somewhere, like a domain.
Yeah. That is a hallmark of Aaron, if I could say, is one positive thing about the guy, if we be fair, is he does have a good radio voice. He has a hideous face. So obviously this, where he's on camera, is not a good thing. But back when he was on regular radio, he's not talented, but he had a voice for it. His problem, though, is he can't be original. Like, do you remember, I think you covered this, Patrick. It might have been you, Carl, but one of you had footage of him when he was still a St. Cloud radio guy, and somebody would go to an intersection dressed as Superman and yell at cars. So Aaron just went dressed as Batman and just copied the guy with the original guy in the background, where he's incapable of thinking of anything original. So his lack of talent is obviously his second biggest problem after just not thinking. But if somebody could write a script for him and force him to follow it, his voice by itself would probably be passable. Again, if you don't know who Aaron is and you're not biased against him. I just heard his voice like in Wyoming.
I disagree. He's so putting it on. It's such an over the top, like, hey, I'm a radio guy kind of voice. It's obnoxious.
That's what you want to hear on the radio, though.
It's in the 90s. Yes, that's what people did in the 80s and the 90s.
That's what Minnesota's like, man. I don't know if you've ever been there, but they're a couple decades behind.
It's fine. And as long as he's like got 7 minutes of space between ads that he needs to run, he can carry that. He would be able to do like a mediocre filler sort of radio show.
Yes.
Perfectly.
And that goes back to what I was saying about how he can't think and come up with his own ideas, where again, I'm a big Nobody Likes Onions fan, if you haven't noticed. But back when Patrick covered Matt, when he was on the show, every once in a while, Matt would make a little joke, and it wouldn't be funny, but it would be something. And then Aaron would try to just like copy Matt's joke and be terrible with it, because he's like, oh no, I can't let this guy upstage me, even though this guy sucks. But he couldn't think of anything original or funny to say, so he would just say what Matt says. He does it with Johnny too. On the rare occasions Johnny wakes up and says some kind of joke, he's never able to come up with anything original.
Kelly. I've never heard Johnny try to make a joke on that show. That can't be true.
I wish I could remember what it was, but one time Johnny did do a joke where it was kind of like a limerick or something. He did like a little joke, like there once was a man from Nantucket, that kind of joke.
You probably were having a dream or something.
Maybe. I say crazy things sometimes.
If you go back like 2 or 3, if you go back 2 or 3 years, Johnny is more awake.
Right.
He has gotten sleepier as the years have worn on.
All right.
Well, so, again, it's another. Oh, sorry. It is another similarity between Aaron and John, though. Is like you said with old John stuff. He used to be coherent and kind of try, and John is just degraded so far. It's the same thing with Aaron. With old Aaron was not good, but it's leaps and bounds above
very different than what it is now.
Is it possible that his baby mama didn't turn off the heat? The pilot light just went out, and he's being gassed.
All right. So this is Aaron looking for work. And when you go on to voices.com, you want to hear some samples to see what you're buying, of course. And so he's got 3 different samples for us. He's got conversational voice. He's got Frontlines demo. And then he's got big picture documentary sample.
And these are going to be all different voices, different styles Aaron can do, right?
Yeah, because he's a professional broadcaster.
They'll be different, right?
Of course.
I've completely forgotten what these are, but I'm guessing that it's all Minnesota, like the Minnesota accent is strong.
Oh, okay. You know what? Let me go to this first. I'm going to continue to tease this before we hear it. I love the about. So I'm a 20-year broadcast veteran with experience in copywriting, live radio broadcasting, play-by-play, live streaming, ad recording, voiceover work, and more. I wonder what the more could be. But listen to this. His accents that he does. British, Cockney, East End, British General, Eastern European General, French Quebecois, North American General, North American Southwest Texas, North American U.S. Mid-Atlantic, North American U.S. Midwest Chicago Great Lakes. Okay. North American, U.S., New York, New Jersey, Bronx, Brooklyn. I would argue that those are all so very different.
Most of these are from a World War II documentary you watched on the History Channel.
Yeah. And then North American, U.S., Upper Midwest, Fargo, Minnesota, and then transatlantic.
In small print, there's his mouth full of cum.
I like that the French is just the Quebecois one, not like actual France French.
I think transatlantic is how Keanu talks. That Katharine Hepburn voice.
Yeah.
You know.
Is that what that is?
Like
okay.
Yeah.
Mid-century sort of cinema.
Yeah,
where
somebody
it sounds a bit.
Point. Maybe he hit select all. He just
yeah, everything it's English. You just hit yes.
Yeah.
Surprised you can't do Australian.
But there would be more than just like Texas in the South. Like he'd be able to take a whole lot more, but it's just a generic Southern accent.
Creole.
So categories now, this isn't necessarily his fault. You probably have to select these categories, but I don't even understand some of these. Animation, audiobooks, data sets.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, what does that mean for voiceover work? Documentaries, e-learning, internal video. Okay. Movie trailers. I'd love to hear that. Online ad. You know, those voiceovers on online ads.
Yeah.
Podcasting. Yeah, well, right. Podcasting, radio ad, telephone. Is that like, thank you for calling AT&T Wireless. If you're looking for customer service, press 1.
I can't believe he didn't put down he can do a hater accent.
A real missed opportunity there. Television ad, video narration, video games, voice assistant. Could you imagine Aaron becoming the new Siri?
Yeah, I'd love him in a video game.
He is submissive.
All right, let's hear conversational voice, Aaron, because Kelly, to your point, you think he has a pretty good quality broadcast voice.
Yeah,
Can
it's not good, but I mean, he can speak like John with that horrible Yankee accent.
You're not the one on trial here, Kelly.
Yeah.
The point is that can he have just a normal conversational voice, or he isn't doing his broadcaster voice that I find quite obnoxious?
Play the clip. Play the clip.
Hello, my name is Aaron Imholt, and I believe every project starts with the right voice. Let's make something great together.
Froggy. He's a little froggy.
Yeah.
Let's make something great together.
It's like he just woke up.
That sounds like he's been held hostage, and there's somebody holding a gun to his head saying, "Read this, or we're going to kill you."
This is how he introduced Nick into swinging. This is the exact phrase. Play it again.
Yeah, this does sound like an AI or a bot or something.
Hello, my name is Aaron Imholt, and I believe every project starts with the right voice. Let's make something great together.
Yeah, that's bad. That's a bad take.
It's like he just woke up in the morning with SP in bed, and she's like, "You should really do this voice acting thing." And then he set up the account. She's like, "Just do one. Just like do a
recorded
read
it in
here."
bed, trying not to wake her up.
Lying down. It sounds like he's lying down in the morning.
He definitely didn't warm up his voice and do his unique New Yorks.
All right. So that's conversational voice. Now, what about like a big picture documentary? You know, you need something big for this. There's crazy shit going on. You're trying to make sure people understand how serious this is and why it's an important element.
You'd be like competing against like a Morgan Freeman or a Benedict Cumberbatch. Like those sorts
Gilbert
of
Gottfried, like someone who can really
the name of the movie you want to see.
Entertainment isn't just a job for us or even a form of art. It's a passion that we've dedicated ourselves to since 1975. Our goal is to create masterpieces that will inspire audiences for generations to come. We've been privileged to have a share in producing iconic films that shaped the entertainment industry. None of this would be possible without our brilliant production team, who work tirelessly to ensure that our content is the best it can be. But our road to success has also been full of challenges. So come with us, and we'll share our story with you.
His voice is crackly and bad. Nobody would want this on their project.
What's the difference between that and this?
Hello, my name is Aaron Imholt, and I believe every project starts with the right voice. Let's make something great together.
This one's more intimate. It's like your connection is bad and you're on Skype, you're in a long distance relationship with them. That's how
the cadence is the same. When he's reading, you could really tell he's reading. That's a person who's reading copy for the first time. All right. So those are two of the examples. What about the front lines? So this is like some hard-hitting reporting.
Also
maybe you're over in the Gaza Strip and you're trying to report back on what's going on.
There was no time to flee. The earthquake hit without warning. In just a few seconds, the entire city was flattened. The humanitarian workers had boots on the ground in just a few hours. They were the only ones who were prepared for a disaster on this scale. In the coming months, thousands of lives were saved, and communities were rebuilt from the ashes. These are the stories from the front lines.
Aaron Imholt, WMMH.
He would have felt so cool saying that at the end. You could hear his chest puff out a little bit.
Maybe he did, and Slappy's is like, edit that part out. This isn't about you. You gotta.
It's so
this.
Minnesota. Like, it is not a neutral accent at all in that one.
Walter Cronkite.
It's not quite Morgan Freeman. It's a little less.
Yeah.
You missed something on that site, Carl.
Yeah, what did I miss?
There's a big thing. If you scroll to the right, you can see what organizations he's worked with in the past.
Right.
There's past clients.
That charity he defrauded.
So we have Tri-County Broadcasting, which is the that's WHMH was that
Mid Minnesota Media. I can sum it up better myself.
But
how's the media there?
but he's put Leighton Broadcasting there? He's never worked at Leighton
He's
Broadcasting.
had meetings with them, Moody. He's going to get hired in about 2.5 years. You know that.
All right. So
He's essentially hired.
The lunches he had with them were table reads. Literally.
Dude, that is crazy. That is pretty crazy, isn't it? That he put that on there?
Right. You can call them and ask for a reference.
Also, is Steel Toe a past client? I feel like that's his current company, right?
I used to, but I still do too.
Right, yeah, okay. Little Mitch Hedberg. I guess that makes sense. So here's what I want to do today, guys. I want to go back in time. We're going to do some old boot goofing today on TLP since there weren't any new episodes of Steel Toe this week. On April 10th.
We have a theme song for Old Boot Goofin.
Oh, let's hear it.
All right, here we go. I don't know how this will play over the thing.
Boots on the floor, let the goofin start. Patrick's got a clip that'll tear apart. Sometimes Moody jumps in with the cue. Watching old Steel Toe, nothing new. We're old boot goofin', we're gonna find the truth in laughing at the show they used to do. We're old boot goofin', we're gonna find the truth in having fun with me and you.
All right.
Excellent.
Short version.
Well, thank you for pointing that, because I was just teasing that we're going to do that in just a moment. We're going to get into some old boot goof. And April 10th of 2025 is when Aaron first learned about his plea deal. He was all excited, and he came on the show to gloat about how all he has to do is pay a $50 fine. I think it'll be fun to revisit that. But first, supertip.gg/WATP, like Tim Bollinger getting involved in the act, saying, I was listening at 2 times speed and got caught up, and that caller still talked slow.
Yeah, he sounds like Coach Scott slowed down.
Yeah. Lisa Stewart's Jack Shack with $3. 50% off during this little piggy promo code, Chad at the door. James Baumer coming in. Without specifics, can Kelly tell us where he was a police officer? I'm trying to figure out his take on Aaron.
Well, it was in the South where we try to actually, punish criminals. But I don't want to be more specific than that just because of internet weirdos. The real South, though, not Kentucky or Missouri or anything like that.
Yeah, I've learned how you feel about the South versus the real South. Those West Virginias, we don't claim them either. Just so you know.
Dirty South.
Well, you remember West Virginia was part of real Virginia, and they seceded during the Civil War.
Right.
Now, to be fair, there are parts of West Virginia that did not want to secede. They were forced into it. This is important stuff.
All right, Rygon coming in.
Damn, homie, in high school, you was the man, homie. What the fuck happened to you? I'm just saying, homie. Now you smoking black and mild, smoking reg, homie. Tell him shut up, suck a dick. Tell him fuck him. I'm the shit, bitch. I'm drunk. Recording this. I'm getting money. I'm the shit. Shout out my blood. Shout out my Crips. That nickel, Ebro, he a bitch.
Sword and Scale coming back in.
Remember, Gino, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. Now, lad, some birds aren't meant to be caged. I know we're certain die, or salt. Get busy living or get busy dying. I hope the Pacific is as blue as it has been in my dreams.
Juggernaut.
Are you losers letting that redneck talk about the war of northern aggression? The ghost of Sherman needs to re-burn his way through the South. The Union stomped those Confederate losers.
That's a bit rude.
It's just a super tip. It's not. It's like a trigger here.
This guy's a full block.
Crowd cat coming in.
Kella, you ignorant slut. Aaron doesn't have a good radio voice. He copies Kumia down to the mannerisms. It's like a diet version. Kumia Zero, if you will.
That is true. He does, love Anthony and deeply wish he was Anthony.
Until Anthony didn't like him, and then Anthony was shit.
Like how John wishes, he was Howard and loves Howard. There's so many overlaps between the two of those that other than the physical, I've talked about this so many times, I'm sorry, but other than the physical differences, they're really the same guy. It's insane how similar they are, considering they've never interacted with each other.
Kelly, you and I are going to start a show called Point Dabble Piggy, where it's all about the similarities between Stuttering John and Aaron Ibbel. It'll be great.
I really want to do the Gilmore Girls thing with Moody, but people thought that was stupid.
Riley.
I don't mind the Gilmore Girls. I just never watched it. So if you'd be happy with me doing my first watch through, I'd be.
I don't believe you. There's no way.
Can you call it stars? Hello.
John O'Reilly says Tim Pool is doing a good job. Ryguy says my friend at Rockstar is adding Aaron as a dataable character for Lucia when dateable character for Lucia when Jason and Lucia break up, and Jason can go gay with Melton. GTA 6 baby.
I'm in.
Damn it. I forgot the voices I do the most. African American, Somalian immigrant, Indian convenience store clerk.
Yeah, how did he leave those out? That's a good point.
Yeah, they didn't have minstrel voices in there.
Shaka.
Ryle's coming in.
I smell a Moody work. Oh, and fuck. Steel. Toe.
That being said, we have upgraded the filters on Super Tip, so they are you won't be triggered for violence so like as often as it was before.
It's far more lax.
Oh, nice. Hate Monger coming in.
I bet Nick isn't willing to concede anything in this HRO hearing because he can afford to, and Aaron will go destitute just to avoid the blow to his ego. Big Sauce may get his hearing in 2027 sometime.
Sounds right. Daddy Poopy.
Oh, hello. I'm your new cellmate.
On the island of man. I stand alone. Okay. The warden, that motherfucker, took away my Jell-O cups.
I think Kamek could kill someone if he took his Jell-O cups.
Kelly, who's your favorite Civil War general? I'm partial to Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain.
Well, Chamberlain is great. He's so respected that even as a Yankee, you can't help but like him. But for me, it would be a cavalry commander named Joseph Wheeler, if anybody wants the real answer. Although Forrest is pretty great.
Christian Blast says data sets are recording used to train AI. It would be a GPT win for the Robotel. Also, raise your hand if you donated to Aaron's Canteen. Fuck you, Christian Blatt. God damn it. Gotta shame me on my own program.
Good point. Yeah, but like the models are getting so good, you don't need really a big data set.
Hi, Carl. Party is a slob. Moody is a douche. Patty, I don't know why I'm not being able to read today. Patty's a slob. Moody's a douche. Don't know Cabby. You're funny, Carl. Bye, Carl. Bye. Mike Boudet, Sorted Scale in the house, became a YouTube member. Thank you very much, Mike Boudet. Good to see you, buddy. John O'Reilly. Hey, Tim Pool. Roll Tide. Try to narrow down where you're from, I think. Ali Kentrek says, never sending another super tip again because it was just criticism, and Carl fast forwarded. Been to 4 of your live events, dumbass.
Wow.
Huh? I fast forwarded. Can I fast forward?
Also, that wasn't a super tip. Don't bring super tip into this.
Yeah, I can't fast forward a super tip. I wish.
Yeah, I haven't built that.
Juggernaut.
Women want bad boys and good men. Assholes like Karmic and Aaron have it backwards. They are terrible men and losers.
And Adam would know. Adam would know. All right. So I want to remember what it was like when Aaron was feeling so good about himself. He had this felony looming over his head, and then he had a meeting with his attorney and the prosecutor, and they decided on a plea deal. And Aaron came back on his show and couldn't wait to brag about it.
So here's the deal. I'm being very jovial. I'm just happy that this is one step closer to being over. We did come to a plea agreement today in this case. I can basically run you up to everything in this case, up to this plea agreement, up to what I said in court today, up to what was agreed on in court. There will be some other stuff, sentencing specifics and things like that, that I can speculate on.
I always love when he speculates. That's always a good thing. So he comes on, he's very jovial to make this announcement.
Humble.
Yeah.
I think it's reserved excitement, I think.
Well, it's funny you say that because the next thing out of his mouth is
you're not going to hear me do any bragging. You're not going to hear me do any kind of fucking good.
How gracious. So Aaron does this a few times in this episode. And by the way, thanks to Real Media Play for having this because Aaron took this episode down. It's not on his channel anymore. But a few times in this episode, Aaron will say what he's not doing. I'm not declaring this a victory. I'm not bragging. It's like by saying that, you're kind of putting it out there that that's how you feel about it.
He does those sneaky mentions all the time.
Yeah, I see right through it. So Aaron's so excited he can finally confess to his sins. As we know, he did find Jesus. I don't know if he found Jesus back in April, but we know he's found Jesus since. And so he can't wait to confess to his sins.
Here's what I'm really, really excited to do. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time. I haven't been allowed to, and I really, really, really want to.
Voiceover work?
Back on, I believe it was May 27th, I sent a text message to Gino Bisconti that contained a partially nude photo of a woman.
All right, I'm going to pause it right there. We'll hear the rest of it.
It's going to go bad.
Something came out, I think, this past week where Nick explained what that photo was. Because there's been a lot of speculation. Was it a photo that was shared in their group chat? Was it one that he took? Was it one that she took and sent to him? And did you hear what Nick said happened?
Well, Aaron mentioned it on this show will like a day or so later from there.
So apparently when Aaron was doing his show, the rest of them were all partying and fucking, and they would jump in behind the camera naked to fuck with Aaron and shake their tits around and stuff or wiggle their dick, whatever they were doing, to try to throw Aaron off while he was doing his show.
And nobody was fucking with Aaron.
right. Messing with Aaron, I guess is my point. And so Aaron at one point took a photo of Kayla when she was just in there trying to mess with him. And that's why they're like, I mean, she didn't even get permission to take the photo in the first place, let alone share it. So that's what Nick said. It was a huge privacy violation.
And Stevie Lou was on the phone with Aaron at the time.
It was at the sentencing.
What does that mean?
Sorry, Aaron's lawyer tried to say that it was just part of a nipple was all the photo was. They were really trying to downplay it to being hardly anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which part of the nipple?
Probably the top.
The good part.
But I mean, the way that Keanu first described it, if you go back and read the warrant, Keanu says both like breasts were exposed in that picture.
Yes, she did.
So
and Keanu's not dumb, so she would remember and know.
Yeah, someone's lying.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron and his lawyer would never lie.
No.
That contained a partially nude photo of a woman. That feels so good to be. I've wanted to admit that for so goddamn long.
Why? We all knew this at this point. Gino came out on the show and talked about it multiple times. He said this is what happened.
But what was so great about this was after he got done yelling at Nick for being quiet during his case. Like, why don't you just go out in the town square and tell everybody what you did? And if you remember when the police asked Aaron about this, he said, I don't remember ever receiving or sending a nude photo of anyone. I don't know what you're talking about. The town square, Aaron.
This is
when I threw my phone into a lake, I forgot what was on it.
Yep.
And this is a really bad move. I mean, he's gotten.
What's the strategy here, Moody? Like, did his attorney tell him to go on there and confess everything that he did wrong that was illegal?
No, he's just stupid and didn't understand what he could and can't do. So the plea agreement needs to be signed by a judge and he needs to be sentenced. Until that point, that plea agreement can be thrown out, which is what ended up happening due to the violations. They can't use your plea in the plea agreement as evidence of your guilt. Right. What they can use, however, is if you say, have a radio show or a podcast and you go on there and say, I did this crime and I'm guilty of it, that becomes a confession.
Wait, he's not been sentenced yet. The attorneys have come to an agreement and he likes the agreement, but he has not been sentenced yet. And he's out here going, hey guys, guess what? I'm totally guilty of the felony that I've been arrested
was
for.
In March, and his sentencing wasn't until May.
This is April 10th, and the sentencing was June 26th, although
that's
it
when
might have gotten pushed back.
It was May, yeah.
It was supposed to be May. Yeah, it was supposed to be 6 weeks out from this. So I can't figure out what he thought the strategy was going to be. I'm going to show everyone that I'm a good boy and I realize the error of my ways. I'm just going to confess to everything.
Repent.
We already knew that you did this.
It took so much power away from him because once that plea deal, that plea deal could not be thrown out. If it got thrown out, he would not get another deal and all of this would be admissible in court. So he was stuck with having the plea deal and not knowing what sentencing was going to end up being.
Yeah, so really dumb move. And he thinks that, it's already out there, so it doesn't matter what I say.
I've wanted to take responsibility for that for so goddamn long. It feels so nice to be able to. That's what I pled guilty to in court today. That is on the record. That was done in the public house today. I pled guilty to a misdemeanor count of dissemination of a photo.
Close. It's actually a misdemeanor count of dissemination of private sexual images. Very different than of a photo. Private sexual images. Some people call that revenge porn. But he's very proud of himself. It's not called revenge porn, guys. It's a whole different thing.
He would have been okay if they were male nipples.
No, that's also revenge porn, according to Aaron Imholt.
According to Aaron, yeah.
Yes. All right, so he's going to come out here and just explain, guys, I know that what I did was wrong.
I've been wanting to admit that. The way I was when I did that, I was not in a good place. I was not anywhere near the person I am today. It was stupid. It was a very boy thing to do. And I just feel good that I can get that off my chest. There's nothing good about it. It's not cool. It's not based. It's not awesome. It's shitty.
He's really good at getting things off chests, isn't he?
It's not cool. I'm not a legend. It's not fantastic for everyone. No one thinks it's funny. No one thinks this is the best show in the world because it happened on here.
He really is the most inconsistent person ever, where he's just sitting here going, guys, I know that what I did was shitty and I deserve to be punished for it. And it makes sense. And then fast forward, he gets sentenced to 8 days in jail after violating conditions. And there's corruption, a conspiracy to shut him down because of his political views in St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Right. And just to remind people, when he's doing this, just for people that don't follow this super close, remember, this is when he thinks he's safe. He thinks that it's all locked up. No one can touch me. So now I can say all this and it'll never, ever come back to bite me in the ass. But that's his mindset at the time. He thinks I've won. It's all wrapped up with a bow on it.
But just to elaborate on that, that's how he's going to be the next time he does a show now. He's going
to be a big spike in viewership.
Of course.
Yeah.
But he will come on and be like, I'm so glad this is done. It's over. It's all behind me now, when it really isn't. There's an assessment that's got to happen. There's possibly some classes he's got to do. There's probation. There's check-ins. There's monitoring. It's not over. It's not near over.
No.
So, of course, he has to spin this to be a victory for him, even though he just pled guilty to a misdemeanor.
Well, Toe never loses.
But here was the deal. From the very beginning of this, we wanted to beat the felony. And if we could beat the felony, we would be happy. Now, there is a what was I going to say?
I don't know, man.
I was looking at the chat. Now I totally lost my train of thought. It's been a very crazy day.
That chat distracts him so easily. He gets so thrown by the chat on his show.
It's crazy because if you remember when I started covering this guy in early 2023, he got mad. He would be like, guys, I can't be watching the chat. We do a pro show. I can't just be watching the chat and bringing up the chat.
He would also yell at co-hosts or guests that were on looking at the chat. Don't be looking at the chat.
He would yell at
berate Johnny if he looked at his phone.
He would yell at people in the chat, and he had April sitting upstairs modding the chat if they talked about anything other than what he was talking about. No crosstalk was a big thing.
Yes.
Back in Steel Toe early days. It was like, guys, stop talking about things I'm not talking about. Can you imagine trying to do that on the internet?
Yeah, everyone, you weren't allowed to build a community. All you could do was talk back to the show into the void.
But before he lost track of his thought, though, what he was talking about there was how, guys, all we wanted to do was beat the felony charge. So he's already like moving the goalposts. All right, I pled guilty to a misdemeanor, which is amazing because we just didn't want to have a felony.
Because months before this, it was horse shit. He was calling it.
Yeah.
All of it's horse shit. None of it happened.
Right. So then he does his famous thing where he's not saying that this is a victory. Other people are doing it.
Also, there's been a lot of people have been like, you dead to rights on the felony. You got the felony. So everyone is treating today like it's some kind of win for the toe. And people are allowed to do that. And that's totally fine. And I understand that people who hate me are seething mad. They're very upset. People that like me or hate somebody else, they're very happy because they see this as a victory.
So I love the fact that he's like, listen, people thought for sure I was going to get a felony. And so, of course, everyone's like, wow, this is a huge win for you, Aaron. And that's just not the way I'm looking at it. I mean, I know a lot of people are saying that. It seems like it's incredible and I should be celebrating, but that's not where I'm at. You could do it. It's fine. I might be half if you want.
Crosstalk is also what he hated in the polycule. He didn't like it when Kayla and Nick and April would go off alone.
Right.
Guys, are you talking about what I'm thinking out here?
From a legal standpoint, just you guys already know this, but just so anybody watching us, the felony was never a realistic thing. It's a common practice with police when you're arrested, they'll upcharge you because that gives the DA wiggle room where they'll charge you with something that meets the letter of the law, but they never had any intent of thinking this is what actually happened. But that way they can say, hey, look, we're going to drop the felony if you cooperate and plead to the misdemeanor. If they only go with the misdemeanor from the beginning, which is probably what was most appropriate, then you don't have that wiggle room. So I think that guy Mersch, and I don't even know if he was serious or not, he's the only person I know of that ever said the felony was a real possibility. Nobody else took that part seriously. So
it was a negotiation tactic.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Aaron was worried about it because he's scared of everything, but the chances of him ever getting a felony on his record were almost inconceivable, just to be fair.
Yeah, but letter of the law, like if you read what's written in the statute, what he did is the felony. Like
right, that's why they charged him, is they said he meets this criteria, so we can charge him. So let's go ahead and charge him, and the DA can get rid of this later on, like you said, as a negotiating tactic.
Chad was driving under the influence when he ran into a tree at 3 a.m.
Right.
too. He pled it down to reckless operation or whatever. It's like
right, and in Chad's mind, he thinks that's what happened. It's like, no, you crashed into a tree.
Well, Kelly, with your law background, I'd be interested in your thoughts on what he says next.
I see this as this. I did a stupid thing. I did a really dumb, idiotic thing that I never should have done. And rather than, look, there were no witnesses that were coming to this thing. If I wanted to go all the way to the trial, we could have. But I did a dumb thing, and I should take responsibility for the dumb thing I did.
So he thinks he could have beaten this if he had taken it to trial.
Is he sure that the prosecutor and the judge don't hate him in the community and have been going after him for years, waiting for him to slip up because of his political leanings?
That's what he's trying to spin it as now. But Kelly, how often do things like this ever go to trial?
All that costs money. Okay, that's what I said about Aaron being in jail. If he hadn't fucked himself over, they would have avoided jail time altogether. Because when you're in jail, you're costing the system money. When you're out here working, they're taxing you and they're getting money off of you. And it's the same thing with going to trial. Going to trial costs a lot of money and a lot of time and resources. So, excuse me. They always want to try to plead out and deal. Plus, there's so many criminals out there. There's so many cases. There's so many people. That's why I tell people, you'd be shocked. I'm sorry, I'm going on a rant, but you'd be shocked how many Chad Zumachs and John Melendez and Aaron Imholtz you run into on a daily basis and don't even realize it. You'll bump into 3 or 4 of these guys at McDonald's getting your breakfast in the morning. And there's so many people out there committing these crimes, and the system is overwhelmed that they do everything they can to try to plead it out, to avoid a trial, just to get this out of here. It's like the old TV shows where the guy's got an inbox and an outbox on his desk, and they just keep dumping stuff in the inbox. That's the legal system. They're just trying to get rid of stuff as fast as possible.
So almost nothing goes to trial.
I beg to differ.
If they ever want to go after you, if they want to make an example and target you, they can.
The point that Aaron was trying to make there is that there were no witnesses, and so he would have won. But that's horseshit because they
didn't need a witness. They had the film.
Well, of course that you can obviously see that he sent the text, and I'm sure they can track down what was in the text. But they also had phone conversations with Gino and Keanu, who both confirmed that happened.
Right.
That can be allowed into court.
If the Minnesota court, and again, they were never going to expend these kind of resources, but if they really wanted Gino and or Keanu to be there at the trial, they could make that happen. Right. They could talk to the state of New York and put out I can't remember, I think it's called a material witness warrant. I forget exactly what it's called, but they could say, you've got to show up to this court at this day, this time, or you are held in contempt. To where, of course, they physically aren't going to drag them in there, but then Gino would be facing legal trouble. They were never going to go to that much effort, but if they wanted to, they could have.
Right. It's the called uniform or long arm statute that allows you to subpoena witnesses from other states. I think almost every state has it now. There's like 2 or 3 which don't, but almost all of them do. One of the things he neglects to mention here, and to this day refuses to talk about, is the civil implications. He's saying, I'm going to go, I'm going to admit to what I've done, I'm going to take the punishment, and then I move on. But he doesn't talk about, like, this means that they don't need to prove that he did it in the civil cases.
Right. It's already proven.
If Nick and Kayla sue him, it starts to be about how much damage was caused by his actions, not whether he did the bad thing or not.
And as I mentioned on a previous This Little Piggy, you got Gino running his mouth, calling Kayla a whore every chance he gets. And there's evidence right there that you caused something to her reputation with what you've done by disseminating this these nudes. All right. So to your point, Moody, Aaron thinks that this is all done and behind him.
And what we agreed on is I'm very happy with it. I will pay a $50 fine, and then nothing else in life will change. That's it. Plead guilty to a misdemeanor, $50 fine. They read it out loud in court today. It's all done.
Amazing. It's all done. This is the end of it. We'll never hear about any of this again. Couldn't be funnier.
So it said, and make it so.
Right. And so he's like, I'm very happy with this. I would be too if I had a felony looming over me and they're like, give us $50 and we'll make it go away. Yeah, that's I would have given you $250, but sure, here you go. And him and his attorney very happy about this.
It's all done. Now I just do an interview.
When I started radio back in college.
Yeah, that's not that type of interview. That's not what we're talking about.
6 weeks from now or so. In 6 weeks, we make it official, the probation, all that stuff. And, look, what we struck today is something that, I mean, my attorney and I were very happy with it. Very, very happy with it.
It's too bad he fucked it up because, it was a pretty good deal.
Can you imagine if he would have gone in and done all this and shut his fucking mouth, and everyone would be speculating and clamoring and hoping for jail time and all these other punishments and fines and, Kayla possibly getting some sort of restitution or something. And then his sentencing date comes and he pays $50 and it's a slap on the wrist, just like he had it. He had that. He really did. And he could have come out and it would have actually been a win for the toe in the face of all the haters, but he couldn't keep his mouth shut.
And he's the one who always says, when your enemies are burying themselves or making mistakes, just let them do it. It's like, Aaron's the one who's doing that.
Yep. And if he had done that, I wouldn't exist. The only reason I started making YouTube videos is because he was crying that Patrick went to his sentencing and made fun of him and took out those bullshit restraining orders. And then I was like, I got to talk about this because nobody's talking about the proper legal aspects. But if Mr. Peterson did a good job and got Aaron a good deal at the beginning, and Aaron fucked that up. But if he had done what you just said and stuck to his plan, and this all would have been over with, we would have nothing to talk about right now. I mean, he probably would have done something new that was stupid, but his legal stuff would have been over with. And then there's still all the civil stuff too.
What date was this show?
This is April 10th.
April
10th. So
April. Never forget April.
1 month later, less than 1 month later, is the violation from Gina.
That's when he was in Florida?
May 9th or something like that.
No, this is 2025.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was 2025. When they did
It is
that.
2025. He went down to Florida.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the original when the picture was sent.
Right.
Sorry.
No, this is he went to Florida. Asked
Talk
Gino
all
and
you
Keanu.
want, man. I signed a form.
You can ask him whatever you want. I'm free.
And so this is hilarious because he talks about this pre-sentencing interview that he has to do.
I don't know what else to say. I guess basically, 09 Canyon says no other court costs. $50 fine is what we agreed to. And the felony is dismissed. The felony is dropped. We do the misdemeanor, and then we do a what they call a pre-sentencing investigation, where they just make sure, because a lot of these during these pre-sentencing things like to go like, I'm just only pleading because I have to, and they're stupid. They won't own up to what they did. So we got to do that, but that's in the future.
I love that. Aaron doesn't give a fuck about what's happening in the future. That's a problem for future Aaron. Don't care. Whatever.
That attitude will persist. He thinks that all the conditions that you have to go through during a plea or as your punishment is something that the lesser than, sort of like the great unwashed are the ones that go through it. And it's not you that, like, it's not for people like him from the high society. So when he goes through the courses, he'll be like, these guys are idiots. I don't need to pay attention to all of this stuff. And he's going to fall into exactly the same traps over and over.
And that's another direct parallel with Stuttering John, where he thinks this is a problem for future Aaron. I don't know that guy. Fuck him.
Yep.
Same thing with John. That's next month's problem. I don't have to worry about that.
So you just heard him say, like, yeah, some of these guys are fucking dumb. They can't just go in there and admit they did something wrong, like I just did. And then right after that, he starts backtracking on what he did wrong.
There is no charge called revenge. That's not what this is. It's just, it is. I mean, it's the charge is exactly what I did. I disseminated. I gave an image to somebody, and that's again. I'll say this is how stupid I am. When I did it.
Keanu said he didn't disseminate it.
Well,
you don't understand what the word disseminate means.
No, it's so funny you say that because that's where he goes next. So you just heard him say, like, I'm guilty of all this. I deserve this. Other people would sit there and say that they didn't deserve this. I'm saying I do. And then listen to what he says right after that.
Say this is how stupid I am. When I did it, did not know it was against the law. Did not know it was against the law to show your buddy a picture. I really did think that you could be. I thought it was like the old days where you would go, look at the phone, right? And it's not like that. You can't send a text. I always thought like dissemination was like you spread it to a bunch of people. That's
what you did.
The definition of,
dude. I'm not going to pretend I'm some high holy guy.
Yeah.
There's a million guys. Chad said we've all done this. We haven't. A million guys have at a bar gone, this is my ex-girlfriend. Look at that. And then and that was the end of it. They didn't send this photo out, and they surely didn't do it live on the fucking air.
Yeah.
There probably are millions and millions and millions of guys who have shown pictures of girlfriends to other people on their phone. Like, hey, look at that. Like,
what Aaron did is he did the equivalent of, like, if this was in the 90s, he walked to a photocopier, made a copy of a picture he had, and then handed that over to Gino.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gino did the same, like showed Keanu. That's dissemination. You photocopied it.
So Aaron does this thing that I find to be suicidal, where he treats past relationships so shitty, where he has a nude of his ex-girlfriend and he'll send it to his buddy, like, check out this, or he'll talk the worst shit about his ex. Her pussy smelled. And Ashley LaRue, he talks all this crazy shit about, I hope she dies. What girl would want to date a guy like that? Like, oh, someday I'll be your ex. That seems horrific. No,
we
thank
said
you.
that about SP since the beginning. It's like,
right.
And every time it gets worse and worse. So, like,
yeah, who would want to be involved with a guy like this? Right.
Yeah. Like, April has dick pics of Aaron, or did at a certain point. Like,
yeah, but you can't see it without a telescope. So
right.
I should have said microscope. That would have made a way more sense.
Cameras have zoom.
Anybody who has a screen cap of Aaron has a dick pic of Aaron. This dick.
It's the definition of disseminate, which is share publicly, which is not what I did, but that's not how the law works in Minnesota.
So yeah, it sounds like Keanu's now giving him advice on what he did wrong.
But isn't it funny how, like, in this circumstance, he admits, I don't really know how the law works, but like in every other circumstance, he knows for sure. Like, he didn't understand sentencing versus a plea deal. He doesn't understand that by him texting pictures to Nick and then Nick sharing those, and they're not sexual in nature, that's not illegal. He doesn't understand the law in any capacity.
He's always telling everyone what's up all the time about everything, and then all of a sudden just like, "Jeez, I didn't know this one. It was my one blind spot."
And he's doing this technicality thing as well, where he's like, "It's not revenge porn. There's no such thing as revenge porn. I did the artificial dissemination of an intimate image without consent. That's what I'm guilty of." Like, there's colloquial names for things, Aaron. Like,
right. Yeah. It's revenge porn is what we call it.
Right.
So this is another example of him like trying to introduce what he really wants to be saying without actually saying it.
It's not cool. It's not like, if you want to call it another win for the toe, you can go ahead and call it another win for the toe.
He's really trying to get people to do it. He's like, look, I'm not going to say you can't do it. You're allowed.
Look, if you guys want to say the TLP is better when it's on my channel than when it's on Melton's channel, I don't agree with that. But you can say that. If that's what everyone in the chat is saying right now, it's fine. I disagree. It's so transparent what he's doing. But he is very thankful for this plea.
Again, I'm just thankful that the way this deal worked out, there's, outside of the $50 out of my pocket, my life's not going to change. I can carry on. I can do the things I want to do. And, this was basically, hey, don't fucking do anything like this again. And I appreciate it.
It's like
6 months later.
This ain't going to go the way you think it's going to go.
It's like Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar. He's just like crying and like going, no, like past Aaron.
I grabbed this just because it's a funny ISO.
Take it how you will.
Will do. All right. So then Aaron starts giving some therapy for the haters. And I don't know if this is really the best therapy. That's what he calls it.
If you're upset, I'll do therapy for some people. If you're upset about this, if you think I somehow got away with something, I'm sorry. This is our whole thing was, hey, no felony, no felony, and we'll take, whatever it is. And it turned out to be $50.
Wow. He's so smug right there. Let me give you some therapy if you don't like this. Sorry. I'd be like, I'm not going to this therapist anymore.
It was $50 times 20.
That's true. Yep. There's that. And some other things too. So a couple more clips real quick. And then we do have Is It Gay? Megan is here. Play another round of Is It Gay with us. An old boot version of Is It Gay with all of, just like how Aaron this week was having all of his old co-hosts on his best ofs. Megan's decided to bring in all of the old co-hosts. Special edition.
So is it technically a Was It Gay?
Was It Gay? That's the name of the show today. But I don't have an updated stinger for it. So
it was actually a really pleasant week. I needed a break from Aaron. Like
I can honestly say, and you'll never believe this because everybody thinks I'm obsessed. I have no idea what he did this week. I have not one clue. I know he said he was having April on and all the old co-hosts, but didn't check it out once.
Yeah, no,
it is the most likable Aaron has been in a long time ago. I
was doing my show Tuesday or Wednesday, and I said, like, I forgot about that guy. Like, I don't even I honestly I didn't even oh yeah, Aaron's in jail. Like,
well, if I could say real quick, this is I don't mean to keep saying this, but this is another parallel with Stuttering John, where this whole universe making fun of Aaron is all that keeps him relevant. If you don't talk about him, and Carl, you don't talk about him, now Shuley jumped on, he talks about him, and Tukey. If none of you cover and make fun of him, there's going to be like 18 people in Minnesota watching this guy's show, and it'll fizzle out. Just like if there was no Dabbleverse, nobody would care about Stuttering John. He would have drunk himself to death by now.
Yeah, it's been proven. The less he gets covered, the less his viewers go down.
And it's funny, both Aaron and John have brought legal action against, Patrick and Carl, but really they should be thanking you. Both of you men are keeping them alive in a sense.
I said it on Point Double Point this week. I've made more money for John in the last 4 years than he possibly could have made for himself.
Aaron's shows are like, he's barely scratching 100 on his evening shows on YouTube now, and going to like 200 to 300 on on their morning shows, it's not good. Like it's a very, and he's using this like metric of unique monthly viewers to try to boost things.
I know he's trying to. He's adding two different
movie math with Rumble.
He's got fewer viewers. He's got fewer viewers watching his show, but he says it's the same amount of unique viewers.
He's counting literal eyeballs.
He said it's more.
Every person is 2 eyeballs. We're gonna get eyeballs on the show.
But what that means, Carl, is that more people are seeing his show and going, "No, thank you, not for me."
Man, right.
Like,
that's a bad thing. If the view count is down on your videos and you have more unique viewers,
right?
Yeah, that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
All right, he's going to let us in on a candid conversation he had with his attorney. His little peek behind the curtain for us.
Here, I'll let you in a little bit. I sat across from my attorney today, and I said, I'm only going to get one chance to ask you this because we're going the direction we're going. And I said, if we take this all the way, Keanu and Gino aren't coming. They're not getting served. And I said, if we take this all the way, can we win? And he goes, we can. He said, we can win. Without Gino and Keanu, we can win. And he did. He said, Aaron, it's $50. And there was something about that. You don't have to go through this anymore. It can be over. It can be done with. You can move on.
This is a crazy line to go down, this line of thought. To be like, he admitted that he did it, that it was against the law, and that he committed this crime. And he goes, but we could have beat the system if we had done it.
Yeah, he's the guy who, like, when the jury's out to deliberation, he strikes a deal with the prosecutor. And then he gets a hold of the jury foreman afterwards and goes, just curious, what was the verdict going to be?
Yeah.
Like,
Patrick, you've sat with this asshole at the poker table who folds and he goes, yeah, but what was that card going to be? Can you just show me the river? You're like, no, it doesn't fucking matter. You folded. It's over.
There's always a guy who goes like, you're lucky it didn't come out completely different.
Yeah, of course. No shit. It happened the way that it happened.
If he truly felt this way, he wouldn't have. I mean, he's going to do what he wants to do. But if you really feel like I've done nothing wrong, I'm innocent, and your lawyer is telling you we can beat this thing, you wouldn't want to take a deal because your honor and your integrity means more to you than just a $50 fine. Say, I am innocent. I did nothing wrong. I want my record cleared. I want my name cleared.
But he's not even saying that. He's saying he is guilty. But he could have beat it because Gino wouldn't have been there to prove that he did it. But the crazy thing to me is that he goes, I asked my attorney if we had taken this to trial, could we take this to trial? Every attorney's going to say, yeah, it's more billable hours for me. Of course. You want to go to trial?
And
I'll do that.
Originally, he paid Todd Peterson a flat fee. I think he had to pay him extra money because he fucked everything up. Right. But originally, it's a flat fee. So Todd is thinking, well, let's take the deal because I'm not getting any more money. If we try to fight this thing, it's more work for me. But I already charged Aaron $6,000, I think it was, or $8,000, and I'm not getting any more.
Also, Aaron's dumb because he thinks like
shit.
His lawyer doesn't understand that there's video of Gino and Keanu talking about all this, saying what they saw and saying what he did as well. They don't need him to show up. They can just play the clip. Like literally, they've admitted it all on shows.
Yeah. Well, that's something Aaron does quite a bit. If I could say real quick is, for example, he's talking about his attorney with this new stuff where he said, something to the effect of my attorney was like, I've never seen this before. This is insane, implying that the judge and the prosecutor were going after him. But in real life, his attorney probably said like, I've never seen this particular set of circumstances before, meaning it's not that big a deal. I just have not seen this particular thing. But then Aaron changes it to him saying, I've never seen this. This is crazy.
Right. And his lawyer could have been talking about him. Like, I've never seen someone fuck this up so bad. It's the deal.
It's exceptional. Like, there's so many times, Patrick, where you've said, like, none of this stuff ever happens. No one goes to jail anymore. It all gets worked out. People agree to please. And yes, in almost 100% of cases, that's the case. But we've got a special boy here who doesn't understand consequences. Like, he thinks he's above them. And so he will fall into these traps.
I have a clip coming up where Aaron's covering a separate case in Minnesota and talking about how no one ever goes to jail in Minnesota. And this was from June 24th. So before he found out that it was getting kicked out October 2nd. And of course he ended up going to jail. So it's fascinating to me that Aaron found a way to fuck this up that we're all interested in because we've been following Aaron before this happened. But this is interesting, I think, on a national level. Like a podcaster committed a felony during his podcast and actually went to jail for it. How many examples of that are there? It might be the only one. It's crazy. I mean, maybe Alex Jones, he didn't go to jail, though. I mean, it's pretty crazy.
He kept violating it. Like he stopped following the advice of his attorneys.
Right.
A single instance of a violation, sure. Or like you get hit with all these instances all at once and then you have to fight against many, sure. Well, but to have one happen and then it's an ongoing legal case and then you violate it so many times, it's notable.
Aaron's got this disease where he's better than everyone who he comes in contact with. He's better than Paul Shea, who has the #1 morning show with higher ratings than he ever had. He's better than his therapist. He said that before. He's better than lawyers. He said that before. So like a normal person goes, well, why am I paying this lawyer thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars if I'm not going to do what they say? If I'm not going to follow the advice of counsel, what's even the point of having counsel? Aaron's different. Aaron goes, I think I know what's going on here. Like, but he doesn't listen.
And I'll give a quick plug. After this show at 7:00 Eastern time, I'm going on Lucy Does Dabbleverse on the Once Over with Kaylee channel. And we're going to go through the entire saga of how it started with Chrissy Mayer's father dying and it ended with Aaron in jail this week. So it's a crazy story. I don't know that anyone's ever summed it up. It ain't over yet, but I don't know if anyone's ever summed it up from the beginning to end. So we're going to do that. Kaylee's pulled a ton of clips and we're going to go through the entire timeline. Looking forward to that because I do think it's a fascinating saga that anyone outside of this world would be captivated by. I have one more clip on here, and this one did not age well for Aaron.
But fair is fair. I believe that justice was served 1,000%. And I got to state that in open court.
All right. So justice was served 1,000%. Fair is fair. It wasn't corrupt, and there wasn't any nefarious actions by the prosecutor and judge.
Cut to today where he's like, you know what I should have done? I should have stand up and screamed, you're all out of order.
Right. Is It Gay coming up in just one moment. But first, I want to thank people who are supporting us on supertip.gg/WATP, including Mike Boudet, Sword and Scale.
I fight and you may die. Run and you'll live at least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance? Just one chance to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.
Profound.
And you,
everyone send in your Civil War questions before the show wraps up.
I'm tired, boss. Tired of being on the road, lonely as a sparrow in the rain. Tired of never having me a buddy to be with, to tell me where he's going to, coming from, or why.
Mark Davis says, Carl and Kelly can cover Clearwater Chad, Ray DeVito, and Jake Hudson. Point boring Piggy. All right. We're on it. Sounds good. Darth Nugs. Great job today, Kelly. My question is, which Southern Belle were you named after?
Oh. Well, it's funny. My parents originally were going to call me Megan if I was a girl, and then Kelly if I was a boy, so fucked either way.
Mike, it's a fine name for a girl. How dare you?
Yeah, a great name, yeah.
Is this dude even a cop? If not, why? I'd totally be throwing money down if this was an NLO production.
Thank you, Juggernaut.
No, I left because I got caught taking bribes.
Oh, is that true?
No.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I mean, I took bribes, but I was never caught for that.
Okay, good.
I'd be in jail if they caught me.
Dimpled balls.
Whoa! Slow down with the gnarly Civil War history, Professor Antebellum.
Rygod.
Hello. I support Donald Trump. It doesn't matter that he is shipping all jobs overseas, only protecting the rich. And by 2030, all jobs will be AI. No one needs you losers anymore. Heil Trump. Also, Donald Trump only cares about Israel. He is Israeli first. He cut food benefits for Americans, but sent over $3 billion to Israel. This dude sucks. Fuck him. Oh.
Thank you for your call, Rygod. Turbo 7049 coming in.
Someone on Reddit described Carl as a malfunctioning electric can opener looking motherfucker. I giggled.
Ouch.
Also, Shuli sucks.
That's not bad, actually.
Shuli sucks.
That's pretty good. Goof coming in.
Thank you for not killing yourselves. Glad my message isn't being censored anymore. Love your charts, Cabby. When are you going to start the Chartcast with Moody?
I was thinking the same thing. There could be some synergies there.
I don't know. My wife really hates being involved in the Dabbleverse. So, I mean, I got to do it sparingly.
You should just leave her.
No, I'm not Aaron. No.
You had to hike. You had to climb a mountain in order to.
Yeah, right.
To
We didn't say make her leave you. That's Aaron.
Kelly's like, I got to go have an affair. I swear I'm not going on this little piggy.
Yeah. I think she thought that's what was happening with Haley, even though I don't know that lady, but who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you like her accent though, don't you?
I don't know. Well, I'll say this. I met Kaylee when I went to DabbleCon too, and that lady is built like a brick shithouse. It's ridiculous. She's like a Jessica Rabbit in real life kind of thing.
Well, okay, that was a good thing. I couldn't tell if that was a compliment or not.
No, it's a compliment. And,
all right.
And I'm an anti-Semite, so to say that about a Jewish woman just speaks to how highly, how attractive she is.
Wow. Well, high praise. Well, I'll be on with Kaylee at 7 o'clock on her channel once over with Kaylee. Ryan got $5. I did some of the greatest writing ever, made your childhoods. Patrick never has me on TLP, and I'm sick of it. Sell 1 billion copies, then talk to me. Lisa Stewart's Jack Shack. Mud Shark Special. Finger in the booty hole while I scream, we're doing it. It's fun. Little says, I'm starting a podcast so nobody likes salt. I'm going to do docs on Melton being an awful comic, and then the Aussie idiot dyeing his beard and hair. Well, that's some documentary.
Yeah, you gotta be quick because he's running out of here.
Mm.
Have you seen him without a hat?
Shots fired. Aussie guy. Internet person. Will they give Aaron one of those pervert tests where they attach sensors to his kickstand and show him pictures of PayPal, Streamlabs, and Rumble rants? That's fun.
It moved.
It's moving. Tiger Lily.
The Ludovico technique. What do they do in Clockwork Orange?
Yes. Tiger Lily member for 6 months. I'd like to thank Kelly for repping the South so well. War Eagle, and please explain the swinging door theory used on Little Round 2.
Maybe a little round top, but basically they were out of ammunition. So by charging and using the downward momentum, both sides were exhausted. It just gave them the edge to win that day. That was Chamberlain again. And
Average Cracker. Hey, Kelly, what are your thoughts on General Dan Sickles?
He lost his leg at Gettysburg. That's who I had as Cardiff in my chart, because Cardiff, when he lost his channel by showing John nude when he did the 1-2-many thing, I thought that was, lined up with him losing his leg. Real quick, I'm sorry. I don't mean to break the flow, but I was supposed to say I'm not really an anti-Semite. I was thinking about that. I was trying to be funny, but I don't want the federal government coming to my house and killing my family or anything. So I love Jews.
Really? Okay, because I just thought this guy would still fuck Kaylee. He really is just being the bigger man here. That was really special of you to say that.
Well, I shouldn't say I love Jews, but I mean I have nothing against them.
I'm not kidding. Karmic X is ruining this. How is Karmic X ruining anything? What's going on? What's happening? I'm confused. I get very confused sometimes. All right, you guys ready to figure out if it's gay or not?
It's gay.
Yep. Welcome, Megan. How you doing?
Hello. Let's get gay, everyone.
Thank you for being patient with us. Well, first we
know the rules.
First, we have a stinger.
Is it weird or is it gay? What will Aaron say today? Is it gay?
I think that's the winner as far as the stingers go.
Short and sweet.
Yep. And a little homage to Scorch, of course. All right, the rules of this game are pretty simple. I'm going to play you a little clip of Aaron from the Steel Toe Morning Show of the past, and he's going to set something up, and then Megan's going to correctly describe what Aaron is describing as either gay or something else. We have to figure out what Aaron thinks. I did not do a good job presenting that at all. But I think we're going to clean it. I think we're going to clean it up this time, guys.
Normal rules.
They know
normal rules.
Yeah, first they came for the sheriffs, and I didn't say anything because I wasn't a sheriff, and
Then they gave me monkeypox, and I didn't say anything because I was fucking my boss.
Yeah, it's there's a little naivete on his part to think that if you're a cop and you report a cop for doing bad shit, that somehow like there's going to be a good result. I mean, that's just not how being a cop works. That's Triple N says, what a great quote, cringe lord.
Yeah, right.
That is funny. Like, you can do all the right things. Like, this guy's probably in the right.
Is it gay for a cop to report on another cop for doing bad shit? Patrick.
First of all, Corey Adam looks like shit.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like, it's thrown me off. I always just default to gay. Yeah, gay.
Carl.
I think that's gay.
Moody.
Yeah, it's gay. He's run out of words, so he's gonna reach for gay.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly.
Yes, that's called a blue falcon in the police world.
Are blue falcons gay?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go.
But he says one thing and we all go, gay, fucking gay. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's so
we
predictable.
don't all go that way, Aaron. Just you.
It's so predictable what Aaron's going to say. He must have been hilarious in the pokey, though, calling everything gay. I bet the guys never got tired of that. All right, everyone got that round. Megan, I need you to keep track of the score because I don't have producer Chris here.
Got it.
It's ones across the board. Here's round 2.
One person giving oral sex to another person's anus, either using their tongue or their lips to stimulate the area.
You know what you should do is do more close-up shots of your choppers.
Did you find this on our cringe or what?
Yes, I did.
Thank God.
Instead of playing the game Ring Around the Rosie with your friends, you are playing Rim Around the Arsehole with your tongue.
Arsehole.
You get it? You see, she's making it fun. You see, she makes licking someone's shit cutter fun and exciting for everybody.
Yes, as opposed to Ring Around the Rosie, which was about people dying.
Yes.
Number 2, why do people like it?
This is a fun one.
Is rimming your asshole's partner gay? Let's start with you, Kelly.
No, it's not gay.
Moody.
He used the term shit cutter, which makes me think he's uncomfortable, which would make me think gay.
Carl.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I'm going to go gay.
Patrick.
Always gay. Always
All right.
gay. Always gay.
Let's go.
Because they're degenerates and they need to repent for their sins.
Damn it.
They're degenerates.
Wow. Damn it. This guy won't go down in the girl's asshole, huh? Interesting to know. Who got that one right?
Kelly.
Kelly's got
Also,
a point. Kelly's in the
Never
lead.
heard of an asshole being called a shit cutter before.
No?
No.
Yeah, there's a poop knife for that.
It's a
That whole segment is very interesting. If you ever want to watch it, just them watching this video is very fascinating.
All right.
So
Maybe
Aaron
Megan's
cuts
becoming a
shit-
fan of the Steel Toe show.
Yeah, like, oh, this is a good episode.
Megan's bookmarking it. Come back to this later. All right. Round 3. Kelly's in the lead.
People can call you Lord Imholt. We're dressing up my daughter. Like, if we go this year, I want to go on, because she loves pirates right now. So I want to go on the pirate week, and we're going to dress her up like a little pirate. Last year, she was a little fairy princess. Everyone loved it.
April says, my parents waited until we were teenagers, so this 3-year-old needs to get 10 years older, and we're good. There you go.
Nah, dude. There's a little pony that they dress up like a unicorn that's only in
Oh, no,
principal.
she's talking State Fair.
Oh, okay.
Not Renaissance Festival.
Okay, because I was going to say Renaissance Festival's the best for kids.
Really?
Do kids find Renaissance festivals gay? Patrick.
Yep.
Carl.
I agree. They're gay.
Moody.
No, because Aaron goes to Renaissance festivals.
Oh, fuck.
So it's not gay. It's very straight.
I think it's gay.
It's not, but I'm going to say yes.
All right.
All right. So Moody's the one who's saying not gay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You can tie it up here.
I feel like kids would think it's boring and gay.
Yes.
Like, I feel like a Renaissance festival I always thought was gay when I was a kid.
Yes. 2 gays right there. It's extra gay.
Aaron calls eating a guy's asshole out kettle corn.
All right, we're up to round 4. It's 3-2. It's I think Kelly is
in the
Kelly
lead.
got that one
Yeah.
wrong.
I'm
Oh, do we-
perfect so far. I got 3
Yeah,
for
you're
3.
perfect. You're perfect.
Okay.
All right. Round 4.
Oh, that, by the way, I need to point out, Steel Toe Show, not my alt account. Somebody calling themselves Steel Toe Show. If you're a listener and you're cool, I'm going to let you keep that. If you're going to be a cunt, I am going to report that. It says, good morning. I really hope.
Stuttering John thing.
Yeah, I really hope you're a fan of the show.
Is it gay to have a steel toe alt account if you're not a fan? Kelly.
Yes, absolutely.
Moody.
Yes.
Carl.
I'm going to say it's weird. I say no, not gay.
Patrick.
First of all, what are the odds there's someone in the chat who's not an actual fan?
Why would you even assume that?
As long as we're just going on a fantasy romp here, I'll go no because I need to get a point.
Okay.
Because that's obsessively gay.
Ah, damn it. All right.
Who got that one?
Kelly and Moody.
Moody and I got it right.
Kelly's winning.
All right. So we're up to round 5. Round 6, the rules have changed. So people have a chance to come back and win. It's worth 3 points, but this is round 5.
Why don't you make it so that no one gets any points and then you just decide on the winner of round 5?
Yeah, or make it like Final Jeopardy where you decide how many points you risk.
That's fun. That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, let's introduce more math into this thing that we can out.
I know. Here's round 5. Is it gay?
That's it. That's a word I don't know the etymology on. Personally, it's something.
Ooh, look at the big brain on Mersh.
Yeah, no kidding.
Look at that etymology.
Etymology
of the word. Etymology.
It's too early for these
Yeah,
words.
I thought we were all supposed to be doing shows for retards. And now all of a sudden we're busted. I mean, Wednesday night, was it Wednesday night or Thursday morning? The conversation you and I had about science, I think you saw the peak of this show's intelligence.
Oh yeah, that got a little brainy in here.
No, it didn't. I assure you. I listened back to it. It did not sound brainy whatsoever.
Fuck.
Nothing about that conversation sounded brainy. You know what it sounded like? 2 dumb fuck married people trying to talk about science.
Did we sound married?
Is it
We
gay
sounded
for...
fucking gay.
Is it gay for married people to sound married? Patrick.
No.
Carl.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. I would have said yes. I think that is gay.
Moody.
Gay.
Kelly.
Yeah. I'm going to say gay. And I apologize, Carl. My phone's about to die. So if I just disappear, that's why. But I say you and Patrick are my heroes. So if I don't get to say a proper goodbye, it was very nice to meet you via phone.
Kelly, thank you so much for coming on. Yeah. If you do disappear, I want you to win this game, though, before that happens. Let's get through it.
Yeah. All right.
Sometimes we sound married.
I don't like that.
It's the gayest thing.
Yes.
God damn it.
It's
5
it's
for 5.
super
I'm the
chaos.
winner.
Then I picked.
So Patrick was trying to steal a point there. I understand what he was doing. It makes sense.
I know this man.
All right, so this is the way that the final round goes now. This is the bonus round. We're 3 points. And what happens is we're going to set something up, and then we're going to get multiple choice of what Aaron's going to call it, not necessarily just gay or not. So listen closely.
That's true. I mean, just because you've got a nice girthy cock in you doesn't mean you got to squeeze it with your fucking Kegel lessons you've been doing and take every drop. I mean, for God's sake, save some for your tits and ass, huh?
That's where
How
you
hard is it to go doggy style and just take a load right on the back, huh? Pretend it's yogurt. Relax. Oh, I just love taking them deep in my puss. All right. God, how about your belly? Works for me when I jerk off. You don't see me shoving my cock in my own asshole.
Doesn't reach.
Fucking cum whore.
All right. What kind of mood is Aaron in this clip? Is he in a gay mood, a crazy mood, or a weird mood? Moody.
Weird mood, I'd say.
Carl.
All right. I know Patrick already showed his hand. He's going to say weird. So I'm going to go crazy for the win here.
So two weirds and a crazy?
Yep.
To contextualize this clip, he's complaining about coming inside a woman.
Yep.
Hold on. The only way I can win is if I say gay.
You're right.
And win. So I got to say gay.
True.
Gay crazy.
Because I could win if I say gay.
Maybe not. I don't know how many points Kelly had.
He's out.
He had 5.
He could have beat all of us if he got this right, but since he's gone, I can't win.
He couldn't bring a fucking phone charger with him.
Gay mood for the win.
All right, let's go. It's crazy. It's gonna be crazy.
I don't believe it.
Sorry. I'm in a weird mood today. I don't know what to tell you.
There it is. Moody got it.
Moody knows that's what I believed, but I had to go.
I know. Trust me, I believed weird too, but I was just
we
trying
could all
to
hear weird coming.
The streets know.
But you know why I think we know that? He uses weird as a synonym for gay all the time.
When he acknowledges he's saying gay too much,
right?
Then he'll say weird just to change it up a little bit. I have clips. Megan, can you want to hang out with us for a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. I have clips that I want to play that are from the evening show on the 24th of Aaron talking about jail. Now, this is the night before he went to jail. And as we know, he then went back to jail in October. So very interesting what is said on this. But first, supertip.gg/WATP, last dabbler standing coming in.
When are we getting a roundtable discussion about Karmic?
Go suck Carl's dick, but I digress.
I think Adam Bush, I don't know if it was a private message or he said it on my show, but he's like, I'll never talk about Karmic again. He's out of the Karmic business.
I said I wanted to start a roundtable Karmic show this week.
I mean, I think it's fascinating. His meltdown this week I thought was very interesting. I would talk about that.
Call it the retard recap. He'll lose his mind.
It's got to have borderline in the name. Like, it's got to be a play on borderline personality disorder.
No, I think calling it retard will drive him nuts. Because you saw when Tukey called him a retard, like how much.
Right.
I'm going for the troll.
Sword and scale, $3. Electric can opener looking motherfucker. Blah.
It's so weirdly accurate. I can't explain why. It fits,
I like it.
But
I like it.
Fits.
I stare at me enough. I get it. Dimpled balls coming in.
The one thing I didn't like about jail was when my cellmate kept making me turn around and touch your steel toes, bitch.
Big if true.
It would be crazy if there was somebody in jail with him who watched the show and knew him and was fucking him from behind asking, is this gay?
M9 says, can Kelly get some WTP/NLO budget to make a Ken Burns narrated sepia photo documentary about the Dabbleverse? Scotland represent. That would be, I guess that would be boring, but it sounds like it'd be cool. I'm not going to stand for people to just sit there. Aaron didn't find Jesus in April. He found Nick.
Facts.
I'm not sure what that means. But does it really matter? It doesn't. I found this clip today, and I just thought it was very funny, considering everything that we now know about what happened to Mr. Imholt. He's just, doing the thing that he does, watching some other video and commenting on what's going on in it, and happened to be another Minnesota resident.
Firearm. You see what it takes? This is why people who go, I hope the child goes to jail. Do you know what it takes to go to fucking jail in Minnesota?
Already hilarious. I'm already loving the setup here. Let's find out.
I remember eating dinner in St. Cloud listening to this.
Oh, no, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. This is this evening show, and you're already there.
I'm not even talking prison. I'm talking like 364 days and under jail in Minnesota. And even when they sent, like, I've been in court when guys have been sentenced for like their 4th or 5th DWI. Last guy I saw get jail time, he had 4 DUIs. And he had his 4th DUI, and he got 30 days. 30 days in county, and he got to serve them on weekends.
Oh, interesting. That sounds like a pretty sweet deal. I bet you would want to do something like that.
So he still got to work. He would go in Friday. He would get let out Sunday, and you do that 10 times, and you got your 30 days served.
He loves these division. It's like, what is 30? Well, if it's 2s, then... Well, actually, he was wrong about that because that wouldn't count as 3 days, as we now know, Friday through Sunday.
We do have to acknowledge this is a win for a toe that he didn't have to even do 7 full days. Like,
yeah,
judging by their own schedule of awarding time served and good days and all that stuff, like he did shave 2 days over 2 days off of his sentence. Like, that's a win for the toe. That's an actual real win for the toe.
A win to the toe, but like it's like he went to jail. Like, what are you,
Patrick? That'd be like if I got caught having gay sex, but I was the top. You'd be like, well, he is having gay sex, but at least not the bottom. You know, it's not a win.
Can opener, literally.
Or like if dinner one night at the jail was French onion soup and he loves French onion soup. He's like, I wouldn't have had this if I was at home. Win for the toe. Like, you're still in jail. He went to jail.
Yeah, I do understand. There's no win for this at all. But like, as a small win, like the fact that he didn't even have to serve his actual time.
Yeah,
is crazy.
It was $50, and that's it.
I know.
And it turned into jail.
It up so
2
bad.
years probation. There's more like restrictions coming up. There's a course that he has to go on that we're gonna get lessons from him on this show. I'm looking forward
how
to
to
that.
stop and think about things before you take an action on them.
Right.
Do you guys know you could take a beat and give it some thought? No shit.
Like Minnesota, it's really, really hard to go to jail. I mean, and this guy, he got 5 years.
I know, right? He would spin this to be like, I mean, you got to be fucking amazing to go to jail in Minnesota, especially as a white guy. It's incredible he could do this.
He had aggravated robbery, felon in possession of a firearm, felonies committed before that, stealing bullets, like all of that. They still gave him 5 years for a weapons possession conviction on top of all that, and he would have been out in 2. So Minnesota, it's fucking it's really hard to go to jail in Minnesota.
Is stealing bullets a higher crime than stealing something else?
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that too.
We just, gosh darn it, we all just believe in second chances out here, aren't we?
And how many chances did Aaron get? It's funny that he says that because he had second chances and third chances. And he just kept violating them.
Yeah, but they're corrupt, man. They're a corrupt prosecutor, corrupt judge. They hate him because of his political views.
Yeah, he had a very different attitude back then. This is the morning of the 25th. So he was very sure he's going to be walking in there and get this plea deal and get his $50 fine. He's very smug, and he's very excited about the day and how it's going to unfold for him.
This is kind of the day I've been waiting for forever. Today is a great day. It's finally going to be over. I did see that the hearing is scheduled for 15 minutes. So it does kind of sound like we're just going to, everyone's going to read their stuff that they brought. The judge is going to, go through the sentence that we agreed to at.
All right. There's one thing I've learned about the court system in Minnesota is that don't look at the schedule. Throw that right out the window. If it's scheduled for 15 minutes or a half hour, could go for days.
My favorite line in this clip is him saying, the judge is going to tell us what we already know.
I know. I love that.
Favorite line.
So
I don't think he said it yet, but he's
I know.
So
it's coming
good.
up.
My favorite thing about this is the scrolling text at the bottom that says the end of a painful era.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's already putting behind him.
To sound like we're just going to, everyone's going to read their stuff that they brought. The judge is going to, go through the sentence that we agreed to at the plea hearing, and they're going to shuffle us out of there, So the actual, like the lead up and everything of, it's kind of like everything else with this whole deal. It's like, let's hurry up and get this thing over with. And it's been almost a year. I am excited that I get to get everything off my chest today, that I get to say everything I want to say.
Is that the Jesus stuff that he's talking about now that we know what he had to say?
Yes, I think so. I think it got revised a little bit, but that was the big, like, people are going to be shocked.
Yeah. People are going to be shocked when I tell them that all I'd think about is Jesus when I'm not thinking about the goal. Talk about the goal.
He is right. He did get shuffled out of there.
Because I haven't been allowed to. So I haven't.
You know what else I found interesting when I was pulling this clip and I'm looking back at these past episodes, and Megan, you might have noticed this too when you were going back. His face has gotten so much fucking fatter in the last few months. It's noticeable.
His voice sounds different too. I thought it was like the microphone, but I mean, I don't know.
I was thinking about how many he had 3 mugshots for this crime.
Yes.
And like, murderers have one. You know what I mean? Like,
I do research for the creep off all the time, and I'm constantly finding serial killers and shit to present. And yeah, there's only one photo of them that you can find. It's crazy.
I get to do that today. And once I do that, like I've done for the last week or so, I will consider it all done. You know, all feuds are over.
I will consider it all done. He knows there's probation that's coming up here, but he'll consider it. Right. Okay.
He's okay. He's okay with the sort of Damocles above his head. He's fine.
Right. Yeah. Just I don't care about the looming
his reality.
dread.
To be fair, reality since January of 2024 has been there is a sentence over his head.
I was about to say, to be fair, he doesn't remember a time without.
so true.
On my end, all this whole last year and a half, well, not quite 2 years, this last year and a half or so is all gets to be a bad memory. It all gets to be a bad dream. And I get to move on with my wonderful, incredible life with amazing people who care about me. Again, I'm very excited to be done with the whole thing. And you know, there's going to be people who are disappointed by today. I want to tell them, stop investing so much of your life into strangers.
Who ended up being disappointed about this day on the 25th of June?
Yeah, I think
it was Aaron.
One piece of advice for Aaron on this day would be:
this ain't gonna go how you think it gonna go, Nickel.
Yep.
And then you won't have to have
text, Patrick.
Okay.
These feelings all the time. And no,
I love when he lectures the haters and tells them how to live their lives. Like at a certain point, if I just kept being so wrong about things, I'd shut my mouth and stop pretending I knew everything about everything.
Who are disappointed by today, I want to tell them, stop investing so much of your life into strangers, and then you won't have to have these feelings all the time. And no matter what you do, I know you're going to be upset. Do not come to me to work out your feelings. Just let it. I didn't care about your feelings to begin with in this whole process. I certainly am not going to care about them once it's all over and done with. I'm just today is the day I've been waiting for, essentially.
Who's he talking to?
The haters.
But like, do they go to him to figure out like
no.
So what's like what is this?
It's gaslighting his audience. And I have to say, to do a show for the people who dislike you, it's all you're going to do is cultivate more of that negativity. We were watching Stuttering John, Lucy Tightbox was over here, and we were watching Stuttering John stand up from last weekend. And he's constantly, like T.O. Hank is there in the front row. He's constantly like, are you filming? Are you going to send this to Kevin Brennan? Are you watching me? Are you going to tell Kevin about this? And what's your phone? Are you filming? And he's like constantly paranoid. It's rather than put on a good show for people who are there to see him. There's people in the audience who are just like, I'm going to go see a comedy show starring Stuttering John. He's so paranoid. And Aaron does the same thing where he's just constantly like in his head is always thinking about is the people are just like, oh, I hope he goes to jail. I hope he goes to jail. Fuck this guy. He sucks.
I've shared with you an exclusive courtroom sketch from Nick Rekieta from today.
Oh, this is exciting. Torque Pert goes to court. I didn't realize he was such an artist.
That's a really good sketch.
Shading and
it's really good. Good use of your notebook paper there.
But yeah, you're right, Carl. Like when a creator starts focusing, like creating content with the haters in mind, rather than trying to cultivate a positive audience that likes them and their content, it's over. Like there was, what's Daniel Naroditsky, the chess guy who recently passed away. His whole thing over the last couple of years is he was being accused by some really big grandmaster of cheating. And so his entire life was circled around like, how do I prove I'm not cheating in every single game? And that destroyed him. I mean, it's a very sad situation, but like that contributed to that downward spiral. You can't do that.
Todd, my attorney, who is fantastic. If you ever need somebody, call Todd Peterson. Todd has kind of laid out the lay of the land for me today. We're all set.
This is funny because Moody, you made the point. Like Todd's probably a good attorney. I think maybe Nick said this too. It's like he got him a really good plea deal.
I've never said that Todd Peterson was a good attorney.
Okay, then it must.
I
have been
said
Nick.
that he lucked into a deal because they saw how hard it was going to be to get Gino and Keanu over.
And also, we don't know. We go by like what Aaron says he said and stuff. Yeah. So like we're judging him through a lens of Aaron Imholt, which is.
Mm-hmm. But I would argue he's a terrible attorney because he didn't communicate to his client not to have a victory lap the day of your sentencing hearing. Like he should have communicated, like, by the way, the judge still has to sign off on this and agreed to this. And before this came out, what were the filings that happened in the courtroom that said that he had violated the so when he bonded out and he had specific regulations on him and he violated those. I'm not using the right terminology right now.
He violated his release conditions.
Release conditions. And that came out like days before this, and he's still smug and cocky about how nothing can go wrong. The judge is going to do what they're going to do. You would think that when those violations of the release conditions came out, that Todd Peterson would be like, dude, I don't know what's going to happen, but we got to keep our mouths shut at this point.
But he went on and said, I'm not going to jail. They rolled this into the sentencing hearing. I'm getting a twofer. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Like,
it's crazy.
What's that saying? It's like a fool of a lawyer has an idiot for a client or something like that.
A man who represents himself has... By the way, I got another update. Dark blue suit for people wanting to know. He had a
dark blue tie. Okay. Yeah. Good to
know. We made our deal, so there's no secret there. And now it's just, getting it all. The plea itself is in writing. That's all done. Now it's just having the judge kind of tell us what we already know.
I think that's why pencils have erasers.
A little more smugness from this show on the 25th later on in the show.
Okay. Hopefully you'll be around to do it. I'll be fine. I will say though, you probably won't get me talking a lot about it tonight. When I say I'm done after today, I'm done. Life's too short to fucking, go to jail over petty beefs.
So again, he's backtracking here. Because a couple months earlier, we were just playing the clips, he admitted that he broke the law and that he deserves to be sentenced to whatever it's going to be for doing that. And he was a bad boy and it was a shitty thing to do. And now he goes, what am I going to do? Go to jail over a petty beef? So now he's back to blaming Nick Rekieta for this.
And so therefore, after today, I think that, quite frankly, the whole thing got overblown.
It got overblown now.
Until tomorrow when I go file some more paperwork, and next Tuesday when I file even more paperwork.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go file something against the prosecutor as well. Like, this whole system needs more.
It's insane.
Quite frankly, the whole thing got overblown for reasons obviously beyond my control. But from day one, I've been craving the day that it's over, and I can put it to bed and I can put it behind me. And a lot of it's been therapy.
That's funny too, because he's been craving the day that you put it behind him. But then when he got the 15 days, his solution was, I want to do 1 day in jail once a month.
Yes.
Which would prolong this for as long as possible. Rather than just like, all right, let me just get in there and serve my sentence and be done with it.
Could I do leap years?
It's so stupid.
But a lot of it's also very recently been going, anger and hatred will get you nowhere. Let that shit go, bury it. Give forgiveness even if people aren't asking it. Ask for forgiveness even if people don't want to, and call it a day. Let's bury everything.
Get ready for this sort of talk for the next year.
Yeah.
This is what his show is going to be.
By bury it, I mean dig up more.
Right. So Moody, I don't think it's going to be like this for the next year. I think it's going to be like this for weeks. And then he can't help himself.
Oh, no, he's gonna act like a rehabilitated guy.
Sure.
No.
Very similar to
he can't do it.
Al-Anon.
He can't hold on to it for very long, though. We've seen the
he
patterns.
can't hold on to it, but he's gonna condescendingly use the terms that he learns.
I don't think
these
so.
courses.
I think he's gonna come on gloating. Like, am I not supposed to? I'm not supposed to be here. They're so mad that I got out.
Sure, but once he starts the course, like starts with all these conditions and stuff on top of him, it
There'll be a
turns
period
into
where,
that.
where he's using behavioral language,
right?
Rehabilitated language.
That's what happens to narcissists when they go to therapy is they learn new words and terms.
And he'll be like, they might be watching.
Right.
Moody, I did a bonus show. It got struck by Sirius, and it's not currently on our YouTube page, but it's on Rumble, where Howard Stern is interviewing J-Lo. And Howard Stern says that he went to therapy, and normally you can't fix narcissism in therapy, but he was able to do it. Is that incredible?
So good.
Proving you're a
So
narcissist.
Of course.
We'll get out of here in just a moment.
This didn't go the way you thought it was going to go, Nicole.
Borderline retarded. The karmic X story.
Okay, that
Borderline
worked.
retarded. That's not bad. That's not bad. All right.
Borderline's retarded.
That's good. Megan, you went and saw Chrissy Mayer last night. How was that show?
I did. I was surprised at how funny she was because everyone keeps hating on her, but everyone was laughing. Everyone had a great time.
Nice.
So,
she does a good job.
And she was really nice. A lot of people wanted to meet her afterwards, so we got a picture. It's on her X account. So
look at that. You made the cut, Megan. She's
I
like,
know.
Oh, I want to have a photo with this girl up on my X.
She was happy to see the few, like there was, I guess, 5 women there, 5 or 6 of us, and the rest were men.
I texted her today saying, "Oh, you met my friend Megan last night." She's like, "I'm always surprised when there's women at my shows." She's not used to that.
And she only posts pictures with the ugly ones to make herself look better.
I wasn't going to tell her that, Patrick. What the fuck, man?
Oh no!
It's ridiculous. Patrick, you got a members only show tonight?
Yes. If I wake up from a nap.
It's been a long day. Better gonna get up very early today. Already did a show.
Tonight, nobody likes Onion's channel. Probably in a couple hours, 2.5 hours or so.
Excellent. Moody, anything that you're plugging, my friend?
I've got we're wrapping up. I've got 3 clips, but we can wrap up and have them later.
We could play the clips. I mean, I have time if you want to play the clips.
They'll be
in a half an hour, I'm hopping on with Lucy Does Dabbleverse on the Once Over with Kaylee channel to
190 doesn't have anywhere to be.
We can get these done.
After that, I'm going to see Steel Panther.
Okay.
So there's a lot going on tonight, but
the coolest excuse you've ever had, actually.
Because I almost wore my Steel Panther shirt today, and then I realized that that's in our intro video for this show, so I didn't want to wear the same shirt. I want to Aaron M hold it.
As I've just been going through the past, and there's quite a few episodes with Aaron and April, and I found 3 very short conversations that they had, which I thought were quite fun to look back on. This is, I believe, them talking about Aaron's talking about when a camera fell on what's Chrissy Mayer's husband's name, fell on his lap, Frank, and showed he wasn't wearing pants. This is Aaron giving advice.
But, like, why not just instead turn it around and go, oh, did you guys see my dick last week? Like, who cares if someone on the internet says you whipped your dick out on a podcast? Like, ultimately, who cares?
People were making fun of the type of underwear he wore.
Right.
And
Like,
everything.
it
was funny.
The internet is such a childish place, and people who take it seriously, it's so childish. It's like, who gives a fuck? Most of these people, if we had the laws we had in the 60s, would be in an insane asylum. They'd be in a mental institution. And so what? They say your dick was out or your underwear was on a podcast. They didn't say you were a pedophile. They didn't say you were fucking your dog. They said, the guy's underpants were
I
out.
actually don't know what any of them said.
I do.
He didn't specify about any of it.
Yeah, he dropped his camera in his lap and he didn't have pants on. Who gives a fuck?
Right. Chrissy turned the camera off immediately when that happened. So.
I'm gonna teach a course on teaching people like, look, here's how you're not so fucking sensitive to this shit. Because then people stop. Because they're like, oh, it doesn't bother them? Well, what am I wasting my time
Didn't
for?
I see this man in court explaining that there was revenge porn perpetrated on him because we showed a picture with his shirt off at Hackmania?
I forgot how annoying her vocal fry is. Jesus Christ.
But she looks great in that jacket.
Yeah, like a real estate agent.
He should have taken that course.
Yeah, he should have taken the course that he's talking about because he got very butthurt about the photos that Nick Rekieta shared with us.
He really doesn't care if people show their dicks even on stream.
Yeah, what's the difference? Who cares? Could you imagine if his button dick was out there somewhere? Oh, man.
Cool. Here's this next one. This one was... I forgot what this one was, but it seemed important. Great.
TVA Dan says maybe she needs to get around because she can't get off at home. Well, if that's the case, then fucking bail. Get out.
Yeah, that's not really an excuse.
You know, I know that some of you have this idea in your head because you're obsessed with my dick. But April's remarkably pleased. I'm remarkably pleased. Therefore, there's no fucking other people.
Right.
If you need to fuck other people, you're probably with the wrong person. So just don't make
Aaron has talked about this before, you guys. You know, he's shown both sides of that.
I've lived it, boys and girls.
Pause it. Could we just do a new show called That Didn't Age Well? Everything these two idiots talk about.
3 months later, they were fucking other people.
Her face says it all.
They met the Rekietas 1 month after this.
Also,
that's why
when you talk for your wife, like she's super satisfied by my dick. I love my dick. Like, well, let's hear what April has to say about it there.
Cool. I've got one more clip. This one is about a dream that April has, which sounds a bit prophetic once you listen into it.
Hi, Dick.
I need to tell you something later.
Oh,
about a dream I had 2 mornings ago.
Oh no.
You were in it.
Did I have a dick? Was there a dick involved? Was my dick in the dream?
No.
Because why are the dicks coming up and now this dream is coming up?
I don't know.
Were just dicks everywhere in your dream?
No, I might as well say it here. It was so uncomfortable. Like, it was a bad dream, real bad. It was you and I will say one of your very best friends had me in like a chamber, like a dark, like unbecoming chamber.
We were working together to keep you in this chamber.
Yes.
Okay.
You and him were in cahoots and had me as like a slave of sorts. But you made me do whatever you wanted to whoever you brought. And it was bad and it was scary. And I woke up very afraid.
Yeah.
She knew.
Yeah. on some level.
It's a weird thing to bring up on the show, isn't it? Like talking about your dreams is douchey anyway, but then making that the conversation.
Yeah.
By the way, pull that back up again real quick.
All right.
I was sent the guy who called in, the charismatic guy who called in to NLO today, sent me that shirt. I owe that St. Cloud Boxing Club.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that. It's a pretty sweet garment. So I want to thank them for that.
That's my plugs. The clips are my plugs.
Very good. Well, thank you all for
yeah, the tables on my court.
Thank you all for hanging out. Of course, you can catch Megan on Who Are These Podcasts every Wednesday with myself, Adam Bush, producer Chris. She always brings a great game of Is It Gay for us to play. So thanks for hopping on with us today, Megan. Look forward to Steel Toe this week. Steel Toe's back. Can't wait to see how he spends this time he spent in jail. I can't wait to learn about all his new friends that he met.
The good news is now that this is over, he can go back to radio.
That's right.
Finally.
Yes.
Finally.
They've been waiting.
Well,
I've been waiting.
2.5 more years of meetings, and then he'll be back on the radio. But yeah, I can't wait to hear about the friendships that he's made. Patrick and I were going back and forth in the text today, where he's going to be talking about this guy didn't deserve to be in there. He was misunderstood.
That's why he's going to be an advocate for all the people. Like, this guy's not a bad guy at all. He got fucked by the system too.
Yeah,
I had a friend. he had a friend in there. There's a guy who he's Facebook friends with who also went to Brown Institute in jail with him at the same time.
Stalker.
Well, it wasn't me, but okay.
I know. I understand. I did see that too. So yeah, I mean, he's gonna have a lot of stories. He's gonna probably talk about how he made everyone laugh and he was, the center of attention, and everyone loved him.
Sports back, baby.
Yes, he'll be back boxing to maybe get up to 0-3. Well, for Patrick Melton of Nobody Likes Onions, of course, Moody, the staple here on This Little Piggy, and Megan from Who Are These Podcasts. I'm Carl saying, if I would have had this queued up.
Hey, a few more of those 20s, I'm a happy pig.
There's a show in town, it's going down. Every week we're back on solid ground. Steel toe slipping, but we're gripping. Got the tea to spill, it's always flipping. From April's scrimp to Aaron's glee. Oh, this drama's just a spree. Polydrama, legal trauma. Another win, oh, that's the karma. This little piggy went to YouTube. This little piggy's on Rumble now. This little piggy's begging for dollars. And this little piggy's breaking down. Wow, every week we're cabbage flow. Tune in for This Little Piggy Show. From revenge porn to felony, it's a circus, can't you see? The toe is bent, the goal is spent. His empire crumbles, all hell sent. April's playlist on repeat. Aaron's lies we can't defeat. The countdown's on, it won't take long to see this piggy squeal his song. This little piggy went to YouTube. This little piggy's on Rumble now. This little piggy's begging for dollars. And this little piggy's breaking down. Wow, every week we're in cabbage flow. Tune in for This Little Piggy Show. Oh, this little piggy ain't missing a thing. Just sit back, laugh, and watch.